Well. Come to the show. Huh?
Oh, all right.
Daddy and the boy.
No, I got it there.
Yeah.
It's pretty awful.
Thank you. Oh, no, I think it's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Awe-inspiring,
Yeah,
I meant.
I like that better. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Oh, that's a T-shirt.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, except people would order it, and they pre-order, and they wouldn't know what it looked like. And it would say, well, ellipses, and then C-U-M in drippy letters.
I like that even better.
And people go, this is disgusting. Why? I didn't want this shirt at all.
And then it would spell out the words, to the show, and then both of our faces would be there getting covered in show.
That's right. They'd be like, this shirt sucks. I can't wear it anywhere.
I think it'd be a great shot. I'd wear that here.
You would?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wear it around the office and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just collecting our treat.
What is that shirt? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a radio show.
It's whatever. Now defunct.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, it's a radio show. The old radio show. They didn't show what the shirts would look like before you ordered.
Yeah, we just pre-ordered, and that's what we got.
I thought it was C-O-M-E. But
yeah.
I don't know.
That's
a lot of hijinks.
A lot of hijinks.
Yeah. Good weekend?
Yeah, I think it was, watched UFC. Kind of stayed local, didn't do much. I'm going to Stankfest in a couple weeks, so I'm just doing local shit until then. Nothing.
Low key, baby.
I have no travel plans. My mother fell.
Oh, no.
She's fine. But they said the ambulance had to come. And old people, man, they just trip. And then they get injured, and they just lay there,
Was that all it was? Just like
just a trip. And she couldn't get up. I guess she was in pain, but she's like, a little bruised up, but nothing broken. So
that's...
Yeah, when you're in your 80s, that's the victory. Like, if you fall and you don't break anything, then you're ahead of the game.
Such a scary thing to be in your 80s, and after you've fallen down, be like, fuck, yeah. If I've broken anything, it's all downhill after this.
It's a nightmare, yeah. And you fall more frequently when you're fucking old, man. It just is what it is. Your balance is not as good. Your legs are not as strong when you are off balance to stop yourself from going over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't trip that often. I'm 56. I almost never trip. But those days are coming.
And sometimes you listen to the show and a lot of the audience thinks you be tripping.
I was going to do that with ill. No, I can't. No, they do. I do be called out for tripping.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. No, I had a great weekend. It was again. Marab won the belt. It was Matt Serra's guy.
Yeah.
Who was
it really is amazing about that sport that overnight, 2 fights or what, it takes no time at all for stars to be made and also stars to get pushed way down.
Well, Valentina was already, she was the champion before, and she got her belt back after she lost it, and then they fought a second time and had a draw, which was an abysmal decision. Valentina won that fight. And then this one, she clearly just killed her. And then Marab, I think most people kind of assumed he was going to win it, even though he's not as famous as O'Malley.
Wasn't it, I think it was his coach that was it's almost over.
He was just saying, we have 5 more minutes. Yeah, but he's just talking to those guys. You never know what's going to motivate those guys, or you never know what their relationship with their coach is, what that thing that they need to hear is.
Right.
They got 5 minutes left. It's almost done. I don't think he meant that you're almost finished, but it's almost done. We got 5 more painful minutes.
And then you'd be good to go.
After round 1, you could see, in round 2 especially, O'Malley was really breathing. Marab just doesn't get tired. He's fucking sickening. He never gets tired.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you kind of knew that was going to be a long night. But the Sphere looked fucking amazing.
Dude, they did an
incredible
amazing job of turning that place into because that venue's never been used for anything like that.
It was only for concerts.
And it wasn't really televised.
Right.
The fact that it's one thing to make it that kind of immersive experience for the audience that's in the building, but to then turn that into a television product, and also a television product that's usually shown at arenas in the round.
That was really, because to be honest with you, I didn't know how it was going to look, because again, you have the cage at the bottom there, and there's going to be a small audience behind you, and then the other 17,000 in front of you.
Like theater seating.
And I was kind of dreading like this. Like, how is this going to look on TV? It looked exactly the same. I mean, because again, they fight in the apex, so there's plenty of fights we've seen without.
Plus, the shots are low and tight.
Low and tight. You see the audience behind them, and the fucking screen just looked. I mean, it was so perfectly done.
When you look at it, like, it's difficult to put into perspective that this is not augmented reality. You know what I mean? Like, it's difficult to just fathom that this is all just a screen. Like, even this setup, like, while the fights are on, they made it all just look like almost a fancy industrial looking arena with screens on the walls, and you realize those aren't screens.
Right.
Those are just boxes within the screen, and they've made it look like this. And even the ceiling that looks kind of like an arena ceiling,
industrial,
it's just screen.
Yeah, it was. It took me a minute to get that too. That these are not actually hanging screens.
Yeah,
this was literally just on the LED screens. So one thing they did so beautifully too is the camera work. Like, I would love to know if they have a drone or do they have a hanging camera.
There's in the video that I was just playing, you can see not a drone, but like one of those cameras that's see right here.
Oh yeah, the old XFL cameras that were on cables.
Oh, that it is a cable camera.
Yeah,
okay,
I would imagine
the shots were fucking unbelievable.
It might be difficult to do a drone.
It looked impossible. I was like, how the fuck are they doing that? It was either that or okay. I just couldn't see the cables, but man, the shots they got.
But like, it's so
perfect,
and it's so crazy to just think about, because you think the only thing that you could even compare this to is like one of the real IMAX theaters.
Yeah.
But those IMAX theaters seat, a couple hundred people, not 18,000.
Yeah, 18,000. And they did a great job. Like, they would change the set once in a while, like, to have it be like an old, I guess it was Mexican, is Independence Day?
Mexican Independence Day.
So they would have it was very Mexican themed, and it was like all of these like Mexican like ruins and ancient places. It was so good, man.
Yeah.
Really, it exceeded my expectations by a long shot. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope they do it again. I loved it.
Well, they won't be able to do it again, I don't think, for a long time, because they have a contract with the MGM in Vegas. Dana said that at the press conference. That
this is
like a one and done, with an exception. But I think there's a couple of things. Number one, they've got the contract with the MGM, and number two, it's also very, very expensive.
I'm sure.
So, like, they were able to make it work because ticket prices were crazy expensive.
Yeah.
But also, it was the highest UFC gate. Like, I think they brought in $23 million. The gate. Just the gate, without pay-per-view.
Yeah.
$23 million. But I think it was, like, $20 million or something to get the Sphere going.
It was a crazy expensive endeavor, but I think it was worth it. He said he wanted to do this so badly, and it worked.
Yeah,
like they said this part was great. It looked like all this fucking looked like embers. Fuck yeah! It was so much better than I thought it would be.
Same, and I had high expectations, but I was also kind of curious to what it would even be.
I didn't care. Like, when I was heard about this, I'm like, yeah, it'll be cool. I just wanted to see, because I love Marab, so I wanted to see him fight O'Malley, and there was so many good fights on the card. I'm like, that's really kind of what I'm concerned about. Like, how bad is it? Is it going to look bad with everyone on one side? And it didn't. It looked great.
And even the screen being such a monstrous thing that it changes the lighting in the whole arena. Like, when it's that one up there where it's that one right there where it says Noche, like how that's all that white light.
Yeah.
You can see it. All of a sudden it casts this bright white light onto all the audience.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's darker, it changes. It's cool.
The fighters didn't have, because they were all at the same disadvantage in that none of them have seen it, none of them have fought that. Like, so everyone's dealing with it for the first time together.
Right. But, and I think that's why when the fights were happening, they tried to make it just look like an industrial arena. They tried, they didn't have, effects and videos and stuff going while the fights were happening, because the attention, still, we're in this amazing spot, but once the fights are happening, the attention is on the fights.
They did, though. It looked like I think for Valentina and Alexa Grasso, they did have again, like an ancient, like it almost looked like a castle behind them. And I think for Rob and Sean, they had a different back. I know the industrial one you mean. It was kind of like a goldish color.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was just like it was in a warehouse. But I think for a couple of the fights, they did.
It was different for a lot of fights.
They changed the background.
Was
yeah.
it moving or?
No.
I don't think they were
That's
continuous.
more what I mean.
They weren't
yeah.
like kaleidoscope.
The only thing that was moving was like in it, there was like flames, and I think those kept going.
Sure.
But again, when you fight, I'm sure that there's screens around, so there is some sort of distraction. But no, it wasn't like this.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's just so cool. Like
Yeah,
I'm not even into UFC, but like, and I'm sure like when you go there for an event like this, you're paying for the experience. Like
Sure,
obviously,
just to be there.
You're all the way up there. You're not seeing the fight. Like you're not looking at.
Yeah, on the screen, yeah.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable what they're able to do at this place.
But don't forget, like on the screen, there are big screens.
No, I know, but like that,
so you can
like the
watch
screen is intended to be the focus.
Yeah.
So you're not even thinking like, oh, my seats are so far away from the ring.
Yeah, because you're way up. It's crazy to see how small the octagon is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what puts it really into perspective. Remember when the Cowboys opened their stadium and everybody was like, I mean, this screen that Jerry put up, it's the most incredible thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Vegas was like, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
James Dolan was like,
Yeah.
hold my beer.
Yeah, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Now, hold my beer, I gotta sing. How many years? With Texas, the new AT&T Stadium opened, what was that? Is that 10 years now, Mike? Or more?
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, opened. It was completed in 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's more than that. It's 15 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, congratulations to the UFC. They did a great fucking job.
It was awesome.
Yeah, really, really great.
And I'm sure there are people... The thing is, you're right, though. It would be great if they ran the Sphere again, because I'm sure that there will be people who just buy the pay-per-view just so they can see it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked amazing on television.
It
It
did.
looked fucking...
It really did.
Especially on a brand new 77-inch set, I mean, with surround sound.
Oh,
you know.
I can't imagine.
Daddy fucking
I
got...
can't imagine.
By the way, I
On your
ordered...
new bar?
I did use the bar that you guys suggested, the Arc.
Hey.
And then I already had the subwoofer, but I ordered myself 2 more surround sound speakers just to do it. And I can't believe I'm going to say this,
Go ahead.
but I actually installed them properly.
By yourself?
I put them in.
Oh, man.
I assembled the stands,
Sonos?
put the speakers on Sonos.
Hey, Sam, they are idiot-proof.
Not
I mean,
really, though. There
but
was a
that's-
couple of
yeah,
moments.
It's like, turn it on, connect.
No, you had to. Well, yeah, but it was the fact that I still
What'd you get,
was.
ones?
Don't take
What's that?
this from
Ones?
don't take this away.
Era 100s.
Don't take this away
They're
from
good?
him.
Yeah, they're great. I there's nothing I enjoy more than watching something in my living room.
And I got them. I got them on stands. I didn't want to put them on the floor.
No, put them on stands.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jim has screwed up a lot of stuff that you would associate with being idiot-proof in the past.
I was actually.
Don't take this away.
I was impressed last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, when he watched some movie and he figured out like to VPN Canadian Netflix.
To watch Fall.
I was
Yeah.
very impressed that he was.
I was
able
on the
to-
roads in Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't even fucking jerk off without registering with the government. You have to check your age. You got to send in your ID. You fucking assholes.
So it looked good on your new TV and your surround sound.
Yeah, I mean it looks
All the
Are
inches.
you happy with your decision?
and not only that, but it was a tech week for Daddy. I actually, you know, the old Sonos speaker that was hanging still sounds fucking amazing. So I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this. I'm going to put it somewhere else in the house and just use it as a speaker. But I wound up somehow hooking it into my living room system, and I put it around the corner in my office.
Oh.
And I didn't realize how loud it was. Like I was listening in the living room. It's 1:30 in the morning or 12:30, and I walk in and it's literally on volume 9 in my office.
loud.
They are fucking loud.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to leave it there though. It sounded great.
It's awesome.
I was very happy.
I'm
should
glad
be.
you're happy with your TV.
Very happy.
Especially for something like this. Oh,
It looks so goddamn. I'm so happy I have my new TV for this.
yeah, what a great event to have to pop the cherry on
Break
your
it
new
in.
TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very, very, very pleased with my.
You could see the difference.
Oh, yeah, it looks good. I couldn't when the NFL was on the other day. I don't know through cable.
But that's also, yeah, you're watching compressed cable.
Jim's like that dude in that chair on that Maxell box.
That's right. It's being blown away by the sound waves.
That's right.
This was a visual.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Very,
what a
very-
great, what a great event to watch.
Great event to
all
watch
the
on that
colors
TV.
Ah,
just popping.
Yeah, yeah. It was.
and it really did. Like when you watched it, and you can see it in some of these videos, it looks like how like the NFL
shit.
does that augmented reality stuff for bigger games, which looks cool. And you think you're watching this and you think it's augmented reality, and you don't realize that it's just a steady it's just a shot of the screen happening in real time. It's not augmented reality.
And whoever did the graphics for this, I mean, what a great team of people.
Yeah, they said that, like, before they go all the way, I think Dana said that he first went in and saw it earlier in the week at 50% resolution. So just because it takes, I guess because it takes so long and it's expensive to render everything to the proper resolution, that you go in and watch it at 50% resolution in case you want to make any changes or corrections. Wrong, yep. And then once you go, okay, nope, we're good, I put my stamp on it, it's finalized, then you go in and go all the way with it.
Yeah. I wonder how much that costs. I wonder what the price difference is between 50 and 100% resolution.
Right. I mean, you're already committed to doing it.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I'm sure it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh, and that pre-show fight. I watched the pre-show fight where that one lady got her whole face sliced open.
Rainey Aldana?
It was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was like one of those, like, it was a cut from her, it looked like from her hairline to her eyebrow.
Yeah.
And it was one of those meaty cuts where you see, like,
wide open,
like meat flapping open. It was crazy. And that was the free fight.
It was the final fight, the main event of the prelims.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that on the house. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it was an elbow or a head clash. That was ugly.
They were both bleeding by the end of that, but she had it bad. That was a wild thing to see.
She sure did. What a great event.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. Marab is such a nice guy. Like, he's...
Look at that.
It's so cool.
Nobody has wanted to fight this guy. Nobody has wanted to deal with him. He's beaten everybody.
Yeah.
Because he's just one of those guys, he puts you on the ground and grinds you. It's ugly. Like, he's a fucking nightmare.
And he won.
Yeah, I don't think O'Malley, not that he would avoid him. He knew he had to fight him, but
right.
It's just one of those, like, it's going to be an exhausting night.
Graphics are so cool.
Just so good.
And they added, you see on the other one, they added the Bud Light thing, like you can add sponsors to the...
Yeah.
Smart, man.
I think during the main event, when I saw Bruce announcing, it looked like they had that stuff up.
On the big
Bud Light
screen,
stuff, yeah. Like next to the screen.
Yeah.
Like as another screen.
Sure.
Yeah.
But this is the reason why it's intended for multi-night, use because of how
expensive it is. They said
it is.
That's right. Yeah.
The next thing in there is the Eagles are doing like a 16-week or 16 shows.
Yeah.
A 16-show residency from September to December.
And it's just them? 16 shows in 3 months. No, they got to do other things there too, right?
Well, I know they've got that movie that plays there.
Yeah.
That Troy went to go see.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, last Christmas.
Oh, how was it?
It was amazing.
What'd you say? What was the movie?
It was Darren Aronofsky's. I can't remember what the movie was
It's like
called.
about the.
It's just about like the world and kind of the graphics were incredible.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It'd be great if it was like, I mean, this is an amazing thing, but they played this completely shitty movie. I don't understand.
Exactly. It was a 1985 movie.
Yeah, they just got some movie off HBO and started playing it. It was amazing to see, but movie sucked.
Was it crowded when you saw it?
There was some spaces open, but they were showing the movie like every 2 or 3 hours.
So I could probably go when I'm in Vegas.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, they have it kind of open for tourists and stuff to see. I think it's pretty easy to get into those. I'm just going to see the spectacle.
Yeah, maybe I'll go when I'm there for Skankfest. Go see if there's like a daytime showing or something.
They also said for UFC, this was the highest merch revenue that they've had for any show. Like in arena merch.
Yeah.
Highest they've ever had.
I love the screens outside. You could kind of at times see what was happening inside.
Yeah.
They were showing replays.
Yeah.
That's so nuts.
I mean, it's so unnecessary, but so cool.
Look at that. I mean, it's just fucking
I can't imagine
crazy
how they are not just having constant car crashes on all the roads around this thing.
What sucks though is if you live in Vegas and you're on your way home from work and you're like, don't check social media, don't check social media.
There's a big globe.
Yeah, there's a guy getting dropped. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
The Eagles are doing 10 weekends from September to January.
Oh, they're just doing the weekend, like
They're
Friday,
doing
Saturday. That's great.
Saturday.
Yeah.
What a great place to be in the Eagles. Like, because again, you're one of the biggest bands of all time. So you can do whatever you want, whatever you want to fucking do, you're just going to go do.
And you'll be good.
Yeah. A nice Friday, Saturday, and you hang out in Vegas the rest of the week.
I wonder if they have an opener.
Yeah, have they announced the opener?
Well, I know other bands that have opened for them in the past.
And but there's no way they own this building too.
Oh,
wow!
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Dolan did a great, and he just fixed the garden up too. Like the outside of the garden, they just did a big renovation on that.
You know, a couple weeks ago, I just drove past the front of it, and it was the first time I had seen it because there's been construction going on there. It feels like years, but. Yeah, I drove past it, and I was like, whoa, this looks really good.
They did a great job on the subway entrance there. Mm-hmm. There's like a giant, I guess they built a new entrance for it, but they did a nice job. Dolan put a lot of money into that place.
You can make fun of a guy's music and still think he's...
And teeth.
And teeth, sure. I mean, it's unnecessary.
Well, they're like LED screens. But he's
He's really good at arenas. He's excellent at arenas. He rules at arenas.
He's great at them, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible.
It's so cool.
It's fucking incredible. The outside screens look great too. I mean,
and I love too that, you know, as just the way people consume things is changing, that live event business is getting more and more and more important for everyone. And so it's resulting in arenas and stadiums getting cooler and cooler and cooler.
The idea that, and they were so you couldn't do this in New York.
No, there's no space.
No, but even the screens, people live here too. It's just too much. But the Vegas Strip, this is the perfect place for this.
Well,
where's this?
Absolutely. This makes the most sense.
In Vegas,
yeah,
Vegas, where there's nothing too crazy or gaudy or there's no such thing as an eyesore.
What are you going to put this in Hudson Yards? Like,
yeah,
you could only put it in Times Square, and Times Square is not nearly large enough. No. To put a Globe Arena in.
But I kind of want to go see this. If there's time when I'm there, it'd be nice to go and catch a show during the day if they have daytime movies or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think they will while you're there because that's when the Eagles start doing their residency. Oh. So it's probably set up for...
But the screens can just be anything during the day. I imagine they can show something else. Because they're not just going to have this place dark every night except for Friday, Saturday till the end of the year.
There's nothing on the schedule except for the Eagles.
Okay. Right? They might... I mean... It was always designed to be a very, very specialized venue. Like, it's not like it'll ever, I wouldn't imagine, unless technology improves and makes it super cheap. But I can't imagine anytime soon it'll be a spot where, like, a band goes there just when they're on tour.
Yeah.
We're going to play this place, then we'll play the Sphere, then we'll play this. Then it's built.
Oh, you know what? They are playing the film. It's just not on their schedule. You can buy tickets on Ticketmaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much do they cost just to see the film?
Let's see.
I'm going to guess 35.
35 is fair.
Probably a good guess.
That's reasonable. Is it reasonable?
Oh, yeah?
What?
$114.
Come on, bro.
Wait, to see the film?
Yep. The fuck?
Yeah.
For two people, that's a lot.
They're still trying to...
It's a whole experience.
It's
what do you mean when you watch the movie?
You get to go do other stuff?
They call it an experience.
You have it up there. They have robots you can talk to.
Oh.
When you're going in, you can actually have conversations with the robot.
Okay. I got Siri.
All right, so it's a film and a conversation with a robot.
So you talk to the robot for 45 minutes?
You ask questions?
What do you say to the robot?
I just want to see what the building looks like. I don't want to talk to a robot.
I don't want to hang out with and have a robot conversation.
All right, so you get a 45-minute interactive experience.
What? No.
Welcome to the Sphere.
You get to ask it like whatever you want, right?
Yeah, but I mean, 10 minutes in, the question I'd have for the robot is, so what else?
Yeah, what's going on?
A
lot of crazy shit happened. Did you see the fight? I did not watch. I did watch the UFC event. It'd be awful.
Robot, it's like always hot here, huh?
Yes.
Well, you can talk to the robot about
My circuits are cooled. It's an AI robot, I'm guessing.
And then there's the AI robot explains how the sound in the Sphere works. Like you're like. You stand in one area and you're hearing English. You go over 2 feet and you can hear Chinese. You go over 3 feet, you can hear Spanish.
What
and they explain it's the speaker system. It's crazy.
Wait a minute.
That's cool.
They don't do that in the actual arena.
When you walk in after you get into the building, they have these robots there, and there's a whole area where this is happening.
Oh.
It feels like an upgraded version of the guided headphones tour at Graceland.
Yeah.
Except we got robots instead of headphones.
That's a lot of money, $114.
Then there's a holographic art installation.
I would do it just to do it.
Do you do both or one or the other? Interactive experiences and postcard?
No, it's both.
It's the whole thing. How long is Postcards from Earth?
Well, I just want the postcard from Earth. I don't
50
want...
minutes.
Yeah.
How long?
About an hour. Yeah.
50 minutes is fine by me.
And the 45 minutes. So you're basically a 2-hour experience.
Yeah.
Well, can I pay half and just go to the postcard from Earth?
Nah.
And it's like, I don't know, what, like a $20 water or something. Something ridiculous.
Are
What is
they
it?
overcharging for beverages?
What is this, Woodstock 99?
Are you saying James Dolan is overcharging for something?
I mean, they get you by because it's a souvenir bottle that they
cool.
give it the water in.
A souvenir bottle.
I mean, they got a lot of money to make
gotcha,
back.
huh?
That's probably a very expensive building to run.
Yeah, I would imagine it is. Filmed in 18K resolution.
It's better than
Oh my
TV.
God.
It's crazy.
That's almost, yeah.
Like the elephant literally walks over top of you.
18K.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah,
It used to happen.
Yeah.
It used to happen every morning. Is it actually like
18K.
Is the water bottle savable or is it just?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's,
supposed- is it a hard
It's
like?
aluminium.
Yeah.
Do you still have yours?
No, I threw it right away.
And how, I guess those screens, the resolution for those screens, has got to be pretty safe. If it could show 18K.
Yeah.
How does it not show, like, how is it not all
It'd be
broken
great
up?
if it was shot in 18K, but the screen is really only a 4K screen.
1080.
It's like, yeah, I mean, you can shoot it whatever you want.
How do you not see the splits? Like, I was amazed that you couldn't see those little square things that you see in screens.
They figured it out.
I guess they did, right?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's when
Yeah,
you're
'cause-
looking and you can look up. Like you can completely look up and
Seamless.
yeah. It's you should definitely do it. It's worth the money.
Yeah, yeah. If I have time, I want to.
I would love that. Filmed in 18K, downgraded to downgraded for 4K screen.
What is it next to the Sphere? I don't remember.
I mean, it's right there in the. I'm not familiar with.
It'd be difficult to
Downtown.
miss.
Oh no, I know. I'm just curious as to how far from where I'm staying.
You could probably get Uber.
Yeah,
Sphere.
It's not in New York.
yeah. You're in the wrong.
He's got a New York map up. It's not there. Oh, there you go. You found it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Looks like it's near the Wynn.
Okay.
The Venetian is across the street.
Oh,
Johnny Rockets is right there.
oh
so you can get
I
yourself-
love Johnny Rockets, and there's not enough of them
No,
left.
there's very few.
And they're the best.
They really are delicious.
Oh, fuck. I love Johnny
They're
Rockets.
delish.
They
Yeah,
are
it's right across
delicious.
from- oh my gosh. The Sphere is sandwiched between a Johnny Rockets and a Jersey Mike's.
Oh, my God. I'd live like a king. Are you kidding me? I'd be sick. Every day I'd wake up wondering, I don't know where to go.
Good thing I've got two choices.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
So yeah, let's see. You're there.
Oh, if I knew that too,
Friday?
I'll tell you what. Old Jimmy Dolan wouldn't get any money off me for concessions.
Nope.
Because I'd know I had a hot meal waiting for me right after I got done at the Sphere.
Yeah.
Because I bet they stay open late too because it's Vegas.
Of course.
What time is the last showing of the film?
It depends. When are you going?
I'll be there. Not this week, but next week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So there's
Sunday.
a Thursday 7:00. There's a Friday 11 a.m.
Go to the 11 a.m.
and then it's closed because of the Eagles.
Oh, but they're still doing 11 a.m.
yeah, go to Friday.
11 a.m. on Friday. Yeah.
Plus, you'll be still on New York time anyway.
And there's a Sunday 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
so it's like 2 p.m. your body time. You should
So
definitely. go.
nothing on Saturday morning because
Nothing on Saturday.
once it's changed over from the Eagles, they don't.
I assume so. Yeah.
They got to make it look like the Hotel California.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're going to be allowed to leave, you know, if I say that.
That's fun.
That's cute.
yeah, you should definitely try to go.
Yeah, I definitely will. Just for a couple days.
Yeah. Spend the week thinking about questions for the robot.
Can you
Yeah.
ask the robot perverted
Yeah,
questions?
Yeah.
If you use perverted language, will they kick you out?
How do you get lubed up down there?
Sir, we have a customer asking the robot perverted questions.
How do you get all lubed down? You know where? Down there.
You know where?
You know
What
where.
exactly is
The rain. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be so annoyed. The robot show would really bother me. I would just show me the Darren Aronofsky screen thing.
I might enjoy the robot thing if the graphics were good for it. It was just to experience it because I imagine it's at this point as advanced as you can get.
It's the height of today's tech. It's the height of modern technology.
It's yeah, I would say the highest you can do.
You bringing your lady?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, not my wife. No, there's another
Voss.
one. Yeah. Yeah, she's
the
coming.
robot?
Hello.
Hello.
Please stop asking me perverted questions.
Is that the robot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they just stand there.
Aura, the humanoid robot at the Sphere.
Let's see what Aura is saying.
Is this a woman right here just fucking around?
My name is Aaron. How are you?
Hello, Aaron. And where is your leather U2 Superfan vest?
I actually have a question about UFC 306 taking place here at the Sphere on Saturday.
I hope I have an answer about UFC 306.
See, this is why I fucking hate robots.
This sucks.
Robots blow. Eat my fucking dick. I hope I have an answer for this about the fucking Spectrum robot.
This isn't like Black Mirror at all.
This is nothing
It
like
sucks.
it. I hope I have. It sounds like a robot. It communicates like a shit robot.
It is.
Well, danger, danger. Does it say that?
Well, let's see what it says.
All right.
Let's see
This
the question.
blows.
What's the UFC question?
My question is, based on their unique skill sets, in the main event, you've got Rob Wallace Ewing against Sean O'Malley, and I'm curious, who do you think has the better chance of winning that main event?
Thank you for your inquiry. I have been advised by the Nevada Gaming's Commission not to give information on who will win this event.
She don't
However,
know.
I can tell you
She don't
that
know.
both of the gentlemen entering the octagon have a 50% chance of winning. I hope this helps.
This sucks.
Is this worse
Does
than...
that tell you? Do you think that Sean O'Malley's hair could help him win the fight?
Ugh.
Thank you for your inquiry, but as a humanoid robot, my gut tells me nothing. It is simply a mix of hydraulic parts and connects.
That robot sucks, dude.
Well, did he say gut?
Yeah, he said, "What's your gut?" And she's like, "Ha
Programmed to say things if you
Joke's
say
on you.
what you're...
Yeah,
I don't have
I mean, we
that.
have ChatGPT on our phone.
it really is.
Some of us are about to have Apple Intelligence. Not me, but others. On
Yeah.
the new phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not coming until fucking
Next
for a
week.
few weeks.
A few weeks.
Doesn't ship until.
Weeks.
Did you sleep in? You didn't get
No,
it
I pre-ordered.
right when it came out?
Yes, that no in a few hours after. But I mean, I wasn't up at fucking 8 in the morning. Probably like 11 or 12 in the during.
Why you say 8 like it's an insane time?
No. When we were off on it was a Friday. It was probably like noon. I ordered.
And it's still going to be weeks?
I'll have mine in a few days.
Yeah, I don't know why mine ships late.
From who?
Apple.
Nah, you never get from Apple.
Oh, is that what my mistake was?
Yeah, you get the phone carriers always have better stock.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Apple tends to have lower stock.
Yeah, they're a company of lower stock.
Oh,
when
so
it
it's
comes
not,
to
it's
phone.
not crazy that I saw have mine weeks after you. Mine,
Yeah.
in October, mine's coming.
I'll let you play with mine.
Oh, ew.
Ugh. You know what that sounds like?
I meant my penis.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
that's fine.
Yeah, mine's coming like in October or whatever. It really is annoying.
That's annoying. I
Is
mean,
that-
it's not. It's whatever.
Is that
but-
normal, kind of the way like the phone companies are?
Yeah, I mean they have a certain amount for release day, and then like it drops off. Usually depending on size and like storage size, and also color and phone size.
Oh,
You know.
Yeah.
Only just. Oh shit! I think my wife ordered some phone cases.
Who?
And they didn't.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have to do the second.
Let me just tell her something real quick. 'Cause I think she got phone cases.
Go ahead.
Don't send those phone cases back yet. I think one of them is mine.
I won't send those phone cases back yet.
No, because I realized she got a few phone cases and they don't fit her phone. I'm like, oh, maybe one of them is the one I ordered. Like I'm vaguely remembering seeing these phone cases. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I did order the new. Apple probably sent me my phone case early.
Oh yeah. They'll ship those right away.
Yeah, but it is infuriating that you're going to have yours weeks before me.
that's all right. I'm better than you. That's fine.
I know, but that's what makes me so
Sam,
angry.
when's yours coming?
I went on to pre-order, and they were like, "Yep, we'll give you the bill credit and everything. All you have to do is pay off the phone that you have now. So if you just give us $1,000, you can upgrade your phone."
Yeah, you still owe money.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
I mean, I literally have the 15. I'm not paying it. I'm not.
I wouldn't either if it was 1-to-1. No way.
Right. I mean,
would-
I don't. Yeah, I got the USB-C. So for like an improved camera, you want me to
It's
come
not.
$1,000 out of pocket? I'm not doing that.
you're not going to notice any fucking camera
No.
difference.
No,
I probably will because I'm going from the 13 to this. But
You absolutely will.
But the idea that every year, oh, you get the new one. Well, you should have done it last time,
No.
fucks.
No, I'll get new headphones because it's been a while since I bought headphones.
Nah, it wasn't for me.
Right.
Just went to Target.
Target.
Yeah.
So Jim and I will be better than you.
No, you will be. I won't be. My phone is.
No, in a few weeks.
They have a guy. They have the fucking. They probably the hooking mine in the back of the Pony Express. Guy's taking it from Cupertino. Fucking assholes, speed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is annoying though that it takes that long. Where I always thought it was going to be a fast.
Yeah, if you did it, what's your carrier? Verizon?
I always leave it open to different carriers. I don't know why I don't commit to it through Verizon. It just annoys me that you have to.
Are you trading it in?
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
trading
so
my
you're getting
phone
some
in.
money back.
Yeah, a few $100, not much.
And sometimes those times are inflated, and you'll see it shipped like way earlier.
They do often inflate them.
Oh, just in case.
Yeah, they're far. Yeah, they last thing they want to do is make it go longer than they promised.
Overpromise.
Right. So they underpromise.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'll get you. I bet you'll get it earlier than they're reporting.
You know, Sam, I mean, who am I? I just hope.
It's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
In this modern age of chaos.
Hope against hope.
What?
It's just a little thing I just thought of. It's nice.
Just now? Mm-hmm. I don't like that song.
Yeah. That robot really stinks.
It's a garbage robot.
Hate. It's exactly what I knew it would be. Yeah. Thank you for your inquiry. Just talk like a fucking person.
Like, it's not...
I don't know who's going to win.
It's not nearly different enough from the robots that are in Spaceship Earth in Epcot. And those were built in, like, the early 1980s.
Yeah, the Gaming Commission won't allow me.
The Gaming Commission's not worried about you.
Yeah, it sucks. The robot sucks.
Troy, did you ask it a question?
What'd you ask it?
I think Clarice asked it, like, our robot's going to take over or something stupid, and it was...
No.
No,
we are not.
Yeah.
Nikki would have a 35-minute conversation with it and not realize. Because they're both so literal.
I would love to.
No.
Just two robots going back and forth.
She does that sometimes, where I'll say something like mean or whatever, or like say something awful. Like, oh, I'm going to just, want to shove a tennis racket in my asshole. No. I'm like, I know. Obviously not.
I'm not really going to do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. I wasn't.
Yeah, it was just figure speech.
Yeah, I wasn't going to. I was just kind of, whatever, having some fun.
Having some fun.
That's all. Yeah, I would probably try to talk to the robot like it was a psychic. Am I going to be rich? Am I going to be famous? Yeah. Who am I going to marry the boy of my dreams?
Does Jim really like me?
Yeah. The robot's like, I'm not.
Yes.
That's not what I am. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm listening. I've been suffering from erectile.
Yeah, go for medical advice.
You should put a gun in your mouth. If it gave like real life advice, buy a rope.
There was a time when you would just use something like this to ask if your friends were gay.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean,
the robot said it.
I mean, when Google first came out, and it was like, ask Jeeves. Hey, Jeeves.
Yes, my friend Mo.
I mean, we've been doing that since Magic 8 Balls and Ouija boards. Yeah. That's all they're used for.
100%. You're pulling it. No, I'm not.
It's just a new tool.
It says yes. It must be true. You did that. No, I didn't. The spirits know. Yeah.
So I'm beginning to get. Now, I'm not conspiracy driven. And it could just be that, look, Trump's a creature of habit and plays golf whenever he's there.
Right.
But his schedule was not announced. But then again, the Secret Service did stop it, so maybe it's not Secret Service because they're the ones who stopped it by seeing the barrel of the gun. But boy, Trump has got to be at a point now where he's just like, I can't blow this off anymore. This is a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
very scary.
He must really want to be the president. Because I feel like at this point, I would just throw the towel in and go, you know what? I don't need this. This is getting too much. Yeah, the second assassination attempt. I guess
it would have been. They're calling it that, even though he didn't fire a shot. And again, to say it's Secret Service is hard because they're the ones who saw the gun. So, like, they saw the barrel of the gun sticking out of a bush, which is pretty good eyesight for some agent.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Trump was playing golf on his course there in Florida, and they found him in the bushes, like far away, kind of.
500 yards,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that it is really, really weird. But also, it is his course.
Yes.
And it's one of those things where who knows? Maybe crazy people have shown up before when he's not there.
Sure, with guns.
And this crazy person just happened to show up when he was there.
This is out-of-state guy, though, I think. Like, he doesn't, like, live... So I don't even know how you know he's there.
But you do know that that's where he plays.
That's where he would play. But I wonder if they use... Does the Secret Service... Do they have anything that they wear where they're scanning things like bushes?
Monocle.
It's Mr. Peanut.
Yes. Yes, they have a monocle. It really improves one eye.
Is there anything they can look at which would help them see metal? Like, do they have anything that... Or is it just a keen-eyed guy? Because it's got to be hard to pick out a gun barrel 500 yards away.
Yeah, you must just know exactly what you're looking for.
A glint
at all
of something?
Times. Right. Like that, that weird sun reflection is not natural. Like, let me look into that immediately.
Yeah, so anyway, they stopped it, and the guy took off. They found the gun. They shot at him.
Yeah, he looks a little...
He's a fucking nut. Yeah. It's another fucking worthless...
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean...
Exactly.
Wow.
Could have just sat there and told him jokes till he killed himself. Funny old man.
But I mean, look at this photo of him.
What's that?
Huh?
Good boo.
Look at this. Look at this photo of him, even when he's cleaned up.
Yeah, he's in total
He's still
ass.
got like just lunatic in his eyes.
Yeah, he's a kook.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe it literally could have just been a coincidence that he may have driven there a few times.
It's a weird thing. It's at least worth like pointing out how strange. Is that blue hair dye?
Yeah, blue's cool.
Well,
He dyed his hair blue because he had never seen blue hair before.
That's actually kind of quacktastic.
And all the paranoia about the media, they really are the most. It's the most hateable organization. They're leading off the stories talking about Trump's rhetoric on the campaign trail, like literally blaming the guy because somebody wanted to shoot him. They really are the fucking worst. The fucking worst.
Yeah, look at his face as he's getting into the car.
He's crazy. He's fucking crazy. Yeah. There's no mystery. He's a nut.
Where did he come from? What state is he from?
I think he's from Hawaii via North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Or the other way around.
Oh, I see. But he came from North Carolina, presumably.
I think so. Yeah. I think he came from North Carolina to Florida.
Yeah, maybe he kind of assumed Trump was going to be there. I'm sure they'll get whatever information they can.
Trump's on the campaign trail. How do you know he's going to be there?
Maybe he's been there before.
How do you know he's playing golf that day?
Maybe he has an event the next day in West Palm. So who knows? You're right. He's on the campaign. Maybe there's something he's doing down there where the guy's assuming. I don't know.
Yeah. Or he shows up hoping to find him, and he got lucky.
Yeah, he got lucky.
It's also not like it's like a 1 in a million shot, right? There's a potential that he'll be there.
And has he driven there before and not seen him? Is this his 5th trip?
Yeah, they don't know.
Maybe there's security outside the place that it's obvious that there's a president in there, or former
Where do you
president
park the car and get out with a gun and know that I'm going to shoot the president and like he's going to be or the ex-president? Like where do you park your fucking car?
I think I read somewhere that the hole that he was at was close to a road.
Meaning like a road separated from the thing.
How is there not cameras
I don't
on
know.
every square fucking inch of that place? There should be a camera covering everything.
Yeah.
And when Trump is there, I guess they do, but they should have drones. Maybe they do use drones. That's probably not crazy, but there should be a camera. Cameras can shoot a long way. I don't know. Why is that car stopped outside?
Maybe it's different for sitting presidents than it is for ex-presidents. There's only a certain amount of Secret Service security that he is entitled to.
But he's the nominee. I think you get the
He's
same.
on the campaign trail, and there already was an attempt.
Yeah. Is that his golf course?
Yeah, he was at his golf club in West Palm Beach.
Oh. Well, okay. That's scary.
It is super scary.
You talk about that guy's face?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just another fucking asshole. Very toothy smile.
Very.
True. He's a true boob.
That's why you just like to stay away from crazy people.
I just can't wait until we can figure it out.
In the womb?
In the womb. And vacuum them out. Although some people get driven crazy. You might not be obviously
That's
crazy.
True. Or like something happens where they don't necessarily start out a certain way, or they get some kind of brain injury or whatever.
Brain injuries are forgivable. I mean, there's people who are so crazy, you're like, yeah, I get it. This guy's nuts.
Yeah, like there's no control.
No, he's just a truly crazy person.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that they know exactly what they're doing, and they're just pieces of shit.
Yep, for sure.
I saw a good documentary on... it's only a two-parter. Charlize Theron is one of the producers. It was... which it's not why I watched it. I just realized it's called Into the Fire. It's about a woman who gives up her kid for adoption and then finds out years later that the kid turned up missing when she was 14. It's very, very interesting, and only 2 parts.
I saw this on the advertised. I didn't
I thought it was very good. I ripped through it. I mean,
like the birth mother, like...
She finds out that the daughter... I don't want to give it away. She finds out her stepdaughter, the daughter she gave birth to, she gave birth when she was 16.
Uh-huh.
This is not a spoiler. It's she was a very young kid when she had a baby, and her mother said, you're not taking care of the baby right. You should, even though the fucking mother should have helped her mother. And she wound up giving the kid away, and then years and years later gets a call from the police saying, we need to take a DNA sample from you because of a body that we have. And it's a lot of twists and turns, and I recommend it. We'll talk about it maybe next week or in a few days, but give people time to see it. It's on Netflix, yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about it when I saw it.
Those are the best.
Yeah, that's why I don't like wrecking them. A week from now I will, but right now it's pretty new. So
yeah, I think it just came out this weekend.
Yeah, right? It's worth seeing. It's really a very, very... As a documentary maker, when things happen as the documentary's being made, it's got to be like a great...
Oh, that's...
As they're unfolding.
Is that what happens in this?
If it's not, they hit it very well.
Yeah.
But it feels like it is. It feels like
That's
it definitely
cool.
is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I watched most of the David Chase documentary that's on Max.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it's good. It's really focused on The Sopranos. Mm-hmm. But they do go into... They haven't... It's the same thing. 2 parts.
Does he apologize for the movie?
No, I haven't gotten to the end yet. It really should.
Yeah. It means angels. Whatever.
But yeah, in the first half of the first part is like a lot of David Chase's background.
Yeah.
But it's actually kind of fun to listen to him talk about it, because he doesn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Like, and they leave that all in when he's in the interview chair for the documentary, going like, "Why are we talking about all this? This is like,
he's right too. But
I thought we were going to talk about The Sopranos, But then they really get into The Sopranos. They have a lot of audition footage and behind the scenes footage and interviews with the cast that talk about first, being cast on the show, and then what it was like doing this, what it was like doing that, dealing with the networks, trying to shop it to different networks, shopping it to HBO, deciding to, actually show Tony killing the guy on the Meadows College episode in season 1.
Because you wanted to, they probably wanted to insulate him from stuff like that for the audience. Like
they said, how can we expect the audience to root for a murderer if we show him murdering?
But by the way, that just shows you that all these fucking asshole executives and these dumbbells, and again, HBO, I'm not talking about obviously because they did it, but these people that work in show business, they think characters gotta be likable. All these, and again, I've heard this for 25 fucking years from these dopes. And then, like, I get that they have to have the conversation, but hey, here's the fucking news. People did root for the murderer.
Yeah.
By the way, if they didn't root for the murderer, every single streaming service wouldn't be showing nothing but fucking worst roommate ever, worst ex ever, I kill, therefore I love. It's all murder.
Everybody loves murder
We
shows.
are obsessed with murderers.
Yeah.
So anybody in the business...
I'm about to watch the Menendez brothers show.
Anyone who thinks that people are not going to tune in and root for a murderer, you're a stupid asshole, and you're thinking like it's 1981.
Yeah, there are still people that think there are rules to how you can tell a story on television or in movies, and they're not. If it's good, it's good.
Him killing that guy... and then having to go and be with his daughter with dirt on his shoe. Like,
in hindsight, it's probably my favorite episode.
It's like, this is, yeah, you see, and then you're like, the guy makes one reasonable point, is like, I could have killed you. I saw you bringing your daughter in last night. Now, Tony doesn't know that the room service, that the maid came out, but he doesn't care. He knows he has to kill him anyway.
Which is interesting, and this is just a little, I won't spoil the whole thing, but they did say that was something that HBO and David Chase, like that scene where he almost kills Tony and can't because there's another person at the other door, that was added in so that they could add something to say, clearly this guy needs to be killed because he was about to kill Tony. Like, that was added in to help us still be on Tony's side. So it didn't seem like he was just killing an innocent guy.
Oh, yeah,
that we have
yeah,
to take his
yeah.
word for the fact.
I guess when you and I guess the argument for that could be, well, yeah, this guy's a mobster and an informant, but the audience hasn't seen this guy doing any of that stuff.
Exactly.
It's not like if he was going to kill Phil Leotardo, they wouldn't need that moment because you'd know who Phil was and what he did. This is a guy who you're just being introduced to, and the first thing you see him is with his wife and his kid in the fucking pool. So you're seeing him only as a civilian.
Yeah.
So you have to see the other side of him. That makes sense. That doesn't seem like spoon feeding it. That's like, we have to show this guy was a bad guy.
Right. Yeah, but that's, for me, that's when this whole thing gets really interesting. And I haven't finished it yet.
Yes.
But once they get into the show, they spend most of the time on the show, it's really good.
And Larry in Fort Lauderdale has a very poignant question.
What's up, Larry?
Hey, good morning, fellas. Love the show.
Hi.
Obviously, I'm being facetious here.
Sure.
I know we're outraged about the immigrants and Haitians eating cats and, Venezuelan gang members, but could we maybe talk about crazy white people with guns that might be detrimental to the outlook of the country?
Well, crazy people with guns. I never say that there's a bunch of crazy blacks with guns running around. Anybody with a gun who goes crazy is a problem. I've talked about school shooters. I've talked about all that stuff.
No, I agree. It's just, we love, from a media standpoint, to focus on, hot button topics, easy ways to single out a specific group. But anytime it's a crazy white person with a gun shooting up a school, a mall, a grocery store, whatever, it's, these are mental health problems. Oh, and one more thing, Jimmy, we may have a resolution to, addressing it because it's my understanding that, in liberal states, we can abort children after they're born. So you might be onto something there.
But hold on. But Larry, they do. When it's a crazy white guy with a gun, they talk about it a lot. It gets plenty. They love it. The media salivates because they get to fucking vilify somebody that they don't have to worry about being called racist for vilifying. The media adores when it's a crazy white guy with a gun. And it's a big story,
Jimmy,
too. When it's a former president.
It's true, and I'm not trying to...
Yeah.
I don't really want to disagree with you, but a false rumor about a certain ethnic group eating pets gets more show than a white guy with a gun. This is going to be gone in 48 hours. But there's Haitian kids that are going to be called cat eaters until they graduate high school.
It was a very bizarre story, but there was somebody who he said he regrets actually doing it, and there was a woman arrested in that Ohio area for fucking apparently stepping on a cat and eating it, but she was a local. She was not a Haitian immigrant.
She wasn't in the same town.
Yeah, right. She was just a local Ohio resident. Yeah, it's crazy, and the fact that Trump mentioned it in the debate is what really made it a crazy story. The fact that
JD won't let it go.
It's insane.
Yeah, JD won't let it go. It is insane, but as shitty as the left is, the right keeps showing how crazy they are.
They are also crazy. They're nuts. Yeah,
it's hard to take a diehard MAGA supporter serious.
I understand. Yeah, I agree. They are. They're all the same people.
Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, did you see Trump getting? He had a little pimp moment.
I love. She's hot. Look, we've all made the mistake, Mr. President.
Yeah. Sometimes you realize it's not a mistake at all.
Yeah.
It's a Joe Beningo moment.
Yeah.
What
did Beningo say?
Oh, with Caitlyn Jenner? Oh, he was salivating. He thought it was like one of the Kardashian girls.
No. When was that?
Oh, Travis.
When it first happened, or?
Yeah, this when she did that
funny.
photo shoot with who's that famous photographer?
Annie Leibovitz.
Annie Leibovitz,
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible.
Some really cool people have done photo shoots with Annie Leibovitz. Iconic. No, I understand. I would too. And we have Beningo. And when is this?
It's from 2015.
Oh, go way. Okay. Good.
It's not that the Rangers didn't miss Matt Zuccarello. It's that everybody's dealing with injuries, and a lot of teams. Is this real? Sorry, I'm looking at the cover of Vanity Fair.
Who's on the cover of Vanity Fair?
That would be Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, no, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. She's pretty good. Father's a little messed up, but she's pretty good.
Joe.
He didn't realize.
Joe.
She's cute. How old is she?
If I'm not mistaken,
how old is she?
Caitlyn Jenner is the father.
By the way.
Oh, what?
You pause.
What?
Can you
He's
pause?
an old New York guy.
But what an awful job his co-host does. Instead of leading him into it more. That is the father. Instead of going, yeah, she is hot.
I know.
If you
I
weren't
would've-
married, would you sleep with her?
What?
Well, you had a fucking gold mine there, and he just goes, that is the dad.
I would have had him on the hook
Exactly.
You got to keep him on the hook till the next quarter hour.
Oh,
We're
my
talking about
God. You let him go right before the commercial, because somebody will call in and tell him.
Sure,
But
sure.
God almighty, what a dope.
We're gonna push this break. Push it. We got to keep this going.
Why would he tell him right away?
Could never. So this is when
You could have gotten a good, juicy answer out of him.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the breast? They're looking hot.
I like them.
Yeah.
This is when the cover first came out, and when Caitlyn kind of introduced herself to the world for the first time.
Because no one knew the name. No one knew the name
That's
that Bruce
right.
was going to pick.
And nobody had seen Caitlyn as Caitlyn yet.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody had only seen Bruce.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, no, she's pretty good. She's pretty good.
Pretty good.
She's pretty good. Father's a little messed up, but she's pretty good.
Joe. Joe.
She's cute. How old is she?
If I'm not mistaken,
how old is she?
Caitlyn Jenner is the father. Oh, what?
Oh, that's Bruce? Come on. I thought that was one of his daughters.
No, that's him.
Let me see.
He changed his name. That's why I'm saying, call me Caitlyn.
Wait, hold on.
All right?
Let me double check this here. Let me.
I thought that was his. Did they have two daughters? I thought that was one of the daughters'
Yeah,
names.
but his daughters are younger. Kylie or Kyrie
okay.
or something. That's Bruce Jenner.
Oh, my
Well, no, that's Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, my God. Bro.
You all right?
No.
I'm going to read that article. Do we have Vanity Fair around here?
Is that they really have him on or her, or however you want to say
Well,
it?
that's why I was at, because it like popped up on the
I thought that was
the
his,
iPad.
I thought that because his daughter, he does have cute daughters.
We
But I
know,
didn't
Joe.
I thought that was one of the daughters' names.
No, that's him. He's on the. Oh, I'm sorry, that's her. She's on the cover of Vanity
You
Fair.
thought-
No, because I thought you said.
She looks good. What? What are you going to say? She looks very good. Give her credit.
Could have gotten so much more. His co-host. If I was a GM, I'd pull a co-host in and go, "What the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, he's fired.
How could you blow that?"
He's fired on the spot, especially
I've
after
seen
he goes.
guys that would do that.
He goes, "What? She's cute." Oh, you like that?
She's
Oh.
good.
How long have you been into her?
Yeah.
Talk about her body, Joe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tell me what you like about her body.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we all make mistakes.
That's true.
Sure.
And I mean, if there's anything, I will tell you this. Donald Trump will accept an endorsement. He does not need to know who the person is in any way, shape, or form. He likes, if you like him, he likes you. And that, I mean, it's not a bad trait to have. And I get, what's this artist's name? Nikki Jam?
Nicky Jam.
Nikki Jam.
Yeah, she's hot though. I like her.
You like her?
Yeah.
Well, she's cute.
Latin music superstar.
Could you pause for a second? I even like the way he's still, after all these years, even when he says Latin, it's like he's saying the word for the first time. What is this? What they like to be called now? Latin.
Latin music is the body goes up a little bit.
Yeah, it's.
But you think his people would prep him a little bit better?
Yeah, I don't think he listens to them. I think if you prep him too much, he fires you.
That's true.
I didn't
Latin
get here
music
by listening to
superstar.
you.
Nikki Jam. Do you know Nikki? She's hot. Where's Nikki? Where's Nikki?
How embarrassing.
Thank you, Nikki. Great to be having you here.
Great to be having
I think he's.
Now you have to get.
She's hot.
Hey.
Oh, she's hot.
Like your
He goes, I'm glad he came up.
Glad he came up. As if now he's going to say he.
Like he didn't just say she. He's not good at correcting himself. He's not good at just going, hey, sorry about that.
He said she's hot.
Well,
So
hot
it's
could
like-
have been a hot music talent. She's on, her career is hot. She's hot.
Yeah, but he would never have gone, he's hot.
Yeah.
Probably
He just wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, probably not. It's poor
It
choice.
wasn't a slip of the tongue.
Yeah, she's hot.
He thought it was a woman.
I think it's hot Latina.
He thought it was a hot Latina. He thought it was a hot Latina superstar.
Yeah. It's going to maybe come up and...
Where is my Latina?
She's hot.
That's what he thought. He was mistaken. Big deal. He still likes him.
He likes the fact that that he likes Trump. Trump likes anyone who likes him.
He said that.
By the way, and then this is why it's almost like he's very hard to defend.
Lil Pimp?
To tweet or to put on Truth Social, I hate Taylor Swift.
Well, but if you don't like him, he doesn't like you. That's the opposite.
I do understand that, and that's a very human quality. However, for someone that wants to be the leading, the pretty much the leader of the free world.
The leader of the free world. It's fair.
I'm not interested in you getting into these fucking petty grievances. Who gives a shit about Taylor Swift?
He hates her. He wants everyone to know he hates her.
It's just so
He truthed
childish.
out, all caps, exclamation point at the end, I hate Taylor Swift.
Can't help himself.
No.
Days later.
Yeah, he was just thinking about it.
He just
I
thought
was just
about it.
thinking about it. I hate her.
It's just, I hate her. Yeah, if someone said, do you like her, he could go, I'm not a fan anymore. Answer it, but just to tweet that is so childish. And it's not going to hurt her fucking ticket sales. It's only going to help her ticket sales. No one in the world gives a shit if you like her or not.
No.
What a petty dope he is sometimes. Drives me nuts.
It also shows, really living rent-free.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that, if that's what your priorities are, to a pop star who wouldn't be expected to like you.
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
It was not a shocking announcement.
No.
You know the rules. You know that most entertainers are fucking bleeding heart. You know that. Don't act shocked by that. You were around these people forever.
Plus, you got Nicky Jam.
You got Nicky Jam,
I
and
mean, yes,
she's
and
hot.
she's really great. She's beautiful.
She's a smoke show.
Yeah. You're not going to get the celebrity endorsement being on the side he's on. He knows that.
Except from Nicky Jam. Do you think Nicky Jam felt silly? Because he was wearing the hat.
I'm sure he felt ludicrous going up, and he's like, fuck this. I'm going to go up and establish that I'm a man.
I'm a man.
And I'm hot.
I'm not a
for
woman.
A man.
I'm not a woman.
I'm glad he came up.
I'm a man. In hindsight, I probably should take the hat off because I'm wearing the hat of a guy who thought I was a hot Latina superstar.
Yes. He's not good at the...
he thought I was a hot Latina woman.
He's not good at the quick intros for people he doesn't know. He's got to really know you.
Where's my mujer? Nicky Jam. No.
Wow.
Soy un hombre.
En fuego.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad he's here. Like I said.
Him.
He.
Sound like I said she, but no, I didn't mean she.
I didn't say that.
No.
I said he's hot. Look, he's hot. He is. He does, though. He hates Taylor Swift.
I mean...
I don't wonder...
It's indefensibly petty.
Is there a strategy? Is there
No. And it's not charming. It's not like, well, that's just... It's almost like with all this shit going on and the fact that your campaign is really slowing down, this is what you're fucking worried. It's mind-boggling to me.
I watched that show House of Cards, and it seemed like every single little thing was this play and this ultimate game of chess to ascend to power in Washington, D.C., and then in real life, it's just a guy in all caps several days after the endorsement going, I hate Taylor Swift.
And all she said was, I'm endorsing. She didn't even say Trump sucks or I hate,
She didn't even mention his name.
Yeah, she's just endorsing
That's the
Kamala.
worst thing you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
She didn't even tell people to vote
She didn't
for
even
it.
technically endorse.
I mean...
She said, I'm voting for.
Yeah.
There was boosts in people signing up, though, to vote. That probably pissed him off.
The young people, right?
Yeah.
Well, then do something that the young people like.
The young people.
Homework.
If you're him, do you know what I mean?
Well, maybe he's trying to get the vote from, edgelords.
right? Yeah, all the incels.
Wouldn't it be great if CNN starts reporting on that?
Have you not seen a vagina in 3 years?
the uptick in edgelord voter registration has been really phenomenal.
It's not your fault, it's them. So what if you're 245?
They're doing it to you.
Yeah, exactly. You deserve a beautiful woman, even though you have Cheeto dust on your fingers. Yeah, it's so stupid and petty, and it's like the only way to answer it is to do something that young people like, but he won't. He can't at this point. But I mean, if you want that younger group, then you got to do things that they like.
Yeah. I hate Taylor Swift, all caps.
It's just childish.
Okay. Like, okay. Uh-huh. And then meanwhile, in petty childish theater, I can't wait for the next Jane's Addiction show.
What a fucking baby.
It's the fucking best thing I've ever seen in my life.
It wasn't even a good punch.
No, it was one of the worst.
But I mean, to do that I get it if you're frustrated, you scream in the green room, but on stage in front of the audience?
I mean...
How far gone are you?
He's very far gone, I think. Like, Perry Farrell. He did Lollapalooza. He did Jane's Addiction. He's an icon of the era. Porno for pyros. And he still has this in him where he's like, you know what I'm going to do right fucking now? I'm going to fight Dave Navarro on this stage right now.
Apparently his voice had been going, or he'd been having voice issues. And I think he felt he was being drowned out by the music. Like it was just too loud. Maybe they were trying to cover his voice, or maybe whatever he could. I don't know.
I've read the whole tour has been a real fucking disaster.
Yeah.
I don't know
Drinking
that...
bottles of wine on stage.
Yeah.
It's just a drunk and a drug addict.
Voice sounding terrible.
Yeah, I mean...
Opiate addiction.
Yeah, he's a mess.
Yeah.
There's also...
people care either.
What's that?
People don't care about Jane's Addiction.
No, who gives a fuck about Jane's Addiction?
Like, they did their victory lap, years ago. And
good for them.
Yeah,
and this is just like an extra tour? Are they doing big venue? How big are the venues? I'm going to guess like 2,500?
It's probably a safe bet, right?
Yeah, I don't know much about them.
Probably a safe bet.
I saw him at Corolla Perry. He did the same episode that Nikki and I did, but he came in after.
Did he fight you?
No, he didn't. He was pleasant.
Oh, all right.
Wow, okay, maybe not. Hang on.
What are they, on the Limp Bizkit? I think we can play Madison Square Garden tour?
So, yeah. No, 5,000.
Okay, 5,000 makes
The show
sense.
at Boston was 5,000.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very impressive...
that sounds right.
It's a manageable size. Like, you've been around for how many years? 30 years? These guys been around? 28 years? And
This is their first tour in, 15 years or something? Yeah.
Go on.
This is their first tour in 15 years, and they can't get it together?
Well, I mean, they probably broke up for a reason.
That's true.
He seems like a very difficult person to
all lead singers are flakes on a certain level, but...
He's out there. He's always been out
But it's like... you have to be so out there and angry and petty. It's like a reunion show seems like a tour. Seems like the easiest tour you could possibly have. You don't have to write new music.
Yeah.
Go out there, play the hits that you don't even have to interact with each other. Everybody knows their parts. Go out there, do it. You don't have to talk to each other. It's finite. You know what the dates are.
Yep.
You know you're going to be done after this. You're going to make a nice check.
Guns N' Roses figured it out.
Yep. And you know
that's
where each
like the
joke
all-time Oasis. I heard Liam Gallagher tweeted.
Yeah.
He said this is unprofessional.
Did he really?
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes, he did.
That's funny. That's very funny.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But when you're singing, it's such a different interaction than talking. Because, when you're talking to someone and it's all kind of coming off in the moment, you have to be connected to talk.
Right.
But when you're singing, you guys know what you're doing. You can go up there, bang out your part. It's almost like you don't have to look at each other.
Yeah.
You look at the audience. You can look like right now. I'm looking at Sam's chest, but if you were in an audience, you'd think I'm looking at him. That's how you can do it. You don't have to look at Dave's hat. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Get it together.
By the way, Dave Navarro's in good shape.
He looks good. Yeah.
Look at those arms.
Navarro looks great.
He lives Moss.
He does live Moss.
I'm sure it's festering for years.
Of course.
And in bands, I mean, it happens all the time. Somebody does something on stage, and you're like, "Fuck you for doing that."
I know. You're on stage with someone else. How many shows have they done on this new tour?
It's been going on for a bit. Yeah.
All right, so this has probably been happening and building up in Perry's.
And maybe stress of low ticket sales, and there's
are they low ticket sales? They seem to be.
Travis said, "What did you say? There's $5 tickets available."
Yes.
I mean, so that shows you it's not doing
$5 a bargain.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the stress of that.
And I had heard from a guy I know that the rumor is that it was like there's a part of the song. Liam Gallagher, by the way, wrong there, wrote, "Their attitude stinks," is what he wrote on Twitter. And it was just a reply. It wasn't even...
That's right.
And somebody wrote, "You and Noel by night 3," and he said, "I don't think so. We're very professional these days. We're going to blow your minds."
Yeah.
We're going to blow your minds.
He's the greatest.
He's awesome. But if you're on the other side of Liam, you could understand why he'd be impossible to get along with. But I've heard that also there is a rumor that maybe in this song, like there's a part of the song where Perry likes to like ramble on and do his little talk break, and that the band was like rushing through it.
Because nobody wants to hear a talk break.
Right, so the band would cut it off on purpose.
Oh.
That's a rumor, though.
Somebody wanted to be heard.
That's a rumor.
Come on, dude, you're Perry Farrell. What the fuck do you care for? Do an interview and talk.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear that shit on
We'll
stage.
have you on the show, Perry.
Nobody wants to hear a fucking speech in between songs. People hate it.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Depends on what you're saying. He's probably just...
No matter what
yapping
you're
about
saying.
After a bottle of red
Mother
wine.
Earth and
Yeah.
the trees.
Yeah. You know, I've never heard Ozzy do fucking, "Hey guys, get out there and vote." He doesn't give a fuck.
Well, I don't think Perry Farrell's yapping about voting.
Whatever it is, I don't care. No one does. Make a one-sentence statement, fine. Springsteen does it too. Stop babbling.
Yeah.
Stop your fucking babbling. Get to it.
It has a lot to do with the drinking. Like
I'm
there have
sure,
been times
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah. Yep.
Pearl Jam and Eddie's having a lot of wine and he just won't shut up.
Yeah, I've heard that,
I
like...
fucking hate
And it's
that.
not offensive stuff. It's just like he's telling a story and he just goes on and on and on.
And you know the band probably hates it.
Of course they do.
I heard, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong because you were actually at the show, but somebody else who was at the show told me that Eddie, on the 50th Madison Square Garden show,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
he said that the vibe was just a little off to him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I felt that.
I didn't realize you were there.
Yeah, I was.
And he said part of that was because it felt like Eddie was still kind of talking about the stuff that he wants to talk about, but he's a very liberal guy, and not all of his fans are. And he was clearly trying to get his points out without upsetting the audience.
Yeah.
And so he was walking this line that he was clearly not good at walking, and it just made the whole thing come across strange.
Yeah, he used to be a lot more political on stage,
Yeah.
especially in election years. So I saw 3 shows this tour, and he really only talked about abortion twice before he played Daughter. And
A lot of you think I'm against, but I'm pro.
and it was short, and to me it was fine. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
you said what you needed to say. It was 30 seconds.
You also get older too, and the older you get, you do become, again, in most cases, not conservative, but a little bit more. As they tick to the left further, you kind of stay where you are, and you're like, oh, that seems unreal. So it's probably harder to talk about stuff with conviction, and you lose half your audience doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, I think he's just more aware of.
Like, yeah, what am I doing?
Let's create an environment here where we're just all having fun.
Everybody's coming to a show.
He's less angry now than he used to.
Yeah, it's hard to be angry probably when you're in that position in life too.
Yeah, well, no, but I mean, he still I don't think his views have changed at all. He's just like, let's have a
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he's any less
Maybe
liberal
not.
at all.
No, absolutely
But the ability to make the distinction on stage is important because I don't
Yes.
care his politics. Like
No.
I don't care who he votes for.
And I think he's probably figured out what we were just talking about these shows. That, like, at this point, it's so easy. You get to, and also, if you could just do the music, you can just receive love from fans on a regular basis. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's
Because
what you
everybody's
want.
just
You
there
could,
for music.
yeah,
Like,
you have 22 hours in the day where you could talk all the politics
Yes.
you want. Like, just be there, sell some shirts, play your songs, accept love from your fans, and go home and feel good.
I met him one time.
Ed Ved?
Ed Vedder.
Ed Vedder.
Dude, I walked right up to him in a King Cullen
What was Eddie Vedder doing in a King Cullen?
buying apples.
How long ago was this?
Long time ago.
What'd you say to him?
He was like trying with his hat was down. I kept going, Jeremy, down the aisle.
You sure it was him? How do you know it was? How do you know it was him?
Yeah, he did that to Angus Young too in Chicago.
What did you say to Angus Young?
And it is really embarrassing. He called him Agnes Young. He was panicked. He panicked and he started doing the head bop that he does.
Agnes is a woman's
Yeah, he made a I was nervous. Your biggest fan. Yeah, they did the Angus head move. So yeah, this now what happens here? Do people buy more tickets to come see them, or do they cancel the tour?
I mean, they already canceled one show.
Nope.
Okay.
They canceled the show that was happening the next night.
Because the lead singer keeps attacking Dave Navarro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he goes to rehab or if they do something. 'Cause how are you going to get insurance on these things? Yeah, maybe they played right. Can we hear it again? Can we hear for the first time?
Yeah.
I heard this, but I couldn't tell exactly what was happening.
Yeah, I don't know the song, so I don't know if Sam's...
Yeah.
Sounds like the end of the song.
Fucking good for the light people though. They reacted quickly.
Yeah, and I think one of those guys is also a band member. Like he came from behind.
You saw Dave literally wasn't even looking at him. He was just looking down at his guitar, just playing.
And by the way, Dave would probably flatten him.
Yeah.
Dave is in goddamn good shape.
Dave's got some arms on him.
He's not even leaving.
No, he's probably like, all right, this asshole again.
You see that balloon flying around?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it was the drummer's birthday.
Oh, some gift.
His drums were outfitted with balloons.
You guys are fighting on my birthday?
The notes on setlist.fm's setlist for the show says the drums were outfitted with balloons for drummer's birthday. Show ended early after Perry Farrell punched Dave Navarro.
How far into the show was it?
I think it was 11 songs, and they usually play 14 or 15.
All right, so they had a few more to go on. I don't know any Jane's Addiction music at all. Troy, do you like them?
Yeah.
You know a few of the songs.
I'm sure I do. I just I don't.
Big Caught Stealing. That's probably their biggest one.
Yeah.
Mountain Song. That was a big one.
Nah.
Whatever they started Entourage with.
Yeah, you don't like 90s alternative rock.
No, I don't. But I mean, I'm sure I've heard them. I mean,
I feel like if you've heard any of them, it's
Been Caught Stealing.
It's Been Caught Stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
Die. Oh, that's Blind Melon.
Blind Melon's good too.
This is the video.
I mean, this is so 90s.
It is, right? It's kind of a cool opening for a video. I've never seen it, but... Oh, God, yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. A million times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good voice, yeah.
They loved the fisheye in the 90s.
Yeah, they did.
They
did.
Heavy makeup and a fisheye lens is kind of all you needed.
Sure. What year is this? This is 94?
Probably around.
Yeah, 93, 94.
90.
1990?
Yeah.
Jeez.
35 years ago, wow.
1990. That was very ahead of its time, I feel like.
Yeah, like, this is fine. I just think I never liked him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great voice, though.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I know that, of course. Yeah. That sucks. You see what happens.
Kind of awesome.
Nah, yeah, it rules.
Bands getting into fights on stage is awesome.
I get it, yeah. It annoys me more because I guess when you get the audience there, like, just get through. I don't care if it's in the dressing room, but just...
Especially because most musicians can't fight.
No, that's true.
So, like, if they start throwing, it's like the worst punches ever. And a lot of times, they're intoxicated.
And he didn't throw a real punch at Dave. He kind of, like, punch-shoved him.
I think he tried. He's very, like, peace and love and the earth and, like, you know...
Yeah, it was when,
I
like...
don't think fighting is...
It was when, like, you have all the anger ready to fight, but you don't have any of the, like, physical instincts.
Sure,
You're like, what does my body do with all this energy now?
Yeah, what do I do? Just flail
Oh,
through
no, I'm going to get punched in the face. Yeah. Oh, no.
And you're right, like, if Dave saw that coming, he would murder him.
Yeah, just boom, one hit.
I mean, yeah, Dave is in good shape, and Dave probably hits the gym, and I don't know if does he get high and drink? I don't know what he does.
I think he's sober.
Yeah, is he so? Okay.
Sober, yeah.
Then he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
That's probably another problem, too. He's like, just enough with your fucking active addiction affecting us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Navarro seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
He lives Moss.
He does live Moss. Yeah. Regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're sober like that, and Rockstar sober in the sense that you really had to work to get sober.
Yeah.
And you got some...
It's just annoying.
Drunken guy, like,
I'm just trying to do my gig.
You're affecting your gig at this age. It's like, what were these guys, like 56?
Yeah,
57?
like, you're not in your 20s anymore.
No, I just want to play the songs.
How are you almost 60 and then throwing a punch at your guitarist? What the fuck are you doing?
Navarro's 57.
Whew.
And Perry Farrell's 65.
He's a
Is he 8 years older than him? Wow.
65-year-old man is attacking me.
I mean, he looks good for 65, but I mean, the idea that
he didn't age gracefully.
You're throwing a punch on a stage. You can't get it together by this fucking age, dude?
No.
Like when you...
Oh, no, God.
No, I said, at this age, just be happy you're doing it. You know, like you're still performing. You're actively still have an audience there watching you. You're having a good time. It's easy money compared to the rest of the world.
Honestly, at 65, you should just be happy that you did it. The fact that you still get to do it in any capacity is icing. It's a bonus.
100%. Yeah.
It would be perfectly reasonable to be like, I'm just happy that I got the experience and I did it.
That's right.
That's awesome. Now let me just age gracefully. The fact that you still get to go on stage, there's still fans that want to see you. Maybe you don't get into a fist fight with Dave Navarro on
65,
stage.
wow. So he was like 31 when that song came out. It's a lot of years.
I guarantee this anger goes back till because Jane's Addiction broke up after that album.
Right.
He started Porno for Pyros in probably 93.
They broke up in the early 90s?
Yeah.
Jane's Addiction.
Were they big in the 80s?
Tail end of the 80s. They had 2 records that were decent.
But that's one of the things I think that made them a little bit more legendary was that they broke up so early.
Right.
Okay.
The people, the sort of imagine if of them became a whole thing.
Sure. So Porno for Pyros, I remember. But we interviewed Perry Farrell with Navarro, and I think the whole band.
They got back together.
First started going on O&A in like 2000. We interviewed them.
They got back together around then because I remember going to see them around that time.
And did they break up again after that?
Yeah.
Was it all the same reasons, or is it like, hey, we don't have anything new to say?
I don't know if after the first time it was like a breakup or just like a, hey, we did a tour, now we're
doing our other stuff.
Inactive.
Yeah.
Now we're pretty good. How long were they separated for before this?
Okay, years active, 85 to 91.
Okay.
Wow.
So they broke up in 91, so right after that record. And then they got back together in 2001 for 3 years.
10 years, okay.
Yeah. And then they got back together again in 2008.
So 4-year separation.
And they didn't technically break up after that. Like, they...
But that doesn't mean they were actively
They took hiatuses, sure. 16 years, they've been back together. 85, so basically they've known each other for 40 years, these guys. Yeah. By that point, your whole life has been spent together. And you either come to a peace, like I'm sure the Stones fight at times, but like they would, can you picture Mick Jagger? Like as much stress as they've had, you picture him doing this on stage, like such a fucking...
It's all off stage though. Keith Richards wrote a book and he said how much he hates Mick Jagger.
Yeah, they call him the princess or whatever, her highness or whatever. Yeah, of course. But I'm saying they keep in front of an arena full of people.
Right, they can keep it together.
Yeah, they're doing their show. And by now, but in their 70s, maybe you finally come, or almost 80, maybe you come around and your anger goes, like after a while.
But even in Perry's case, it's not even like Jane's Addiction is the only thing he's famous for. Like Porno for Pyros became a big band.
Yeah.
Lollapalooza became a huge festival.
Big.
Did he start that festival?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you did it all.
And Navarro is famous. I mean,
Navarro, he was famous with the Chili Peppers. He did a ton of stuff.
He did the Chili Peppers after Jane's Addiction broke up.
Yeah.
Was he wasn't with them all the time, was he?
He did one record with them.
Oh, okay.
But that was like, Love is Like a Roller Coaster.
Yeah,
that was a pretty big era for the Chili
And Carmen
Peppers.
Electra he was married to?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You get to make love to Carmen
He's
Electra.
had a good life so far.
In the prime of Carmen Electra.
They broke up the first time because of drugs.
Who, him and Carmen Electra?
No.
Oh.
The band?
The band.
I'm sure they were all doing them back then, too.
No, the Dave and one of the other guys was not doing drugs. Perry and somebody else were doing drugs. So one guy was like, I'm leaving, and Dave was like, yeah, I'll leave too. And then they broke up.
So was Dave sober then, or was
At that point, he was sober, yeah.
Wait, in 90?
Late 91, yeah.
Oh, he's been sober a long time.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know that much about his life.
Was he with Carmen Electra before or after Dennis Rodman was?
Good question.
Okay.
Yeah, because now if it was after that, then you know all they talked about. That's all it is.
I would say before.
Okay, let me check.
I think
Carmen Electra marriages.
Because there was that story. There was that story of the Bulls having to get Dennis Rodman out of the hotel in Las Vegas. That he was in the hotel, like Carmen Electra.
Yeah.
Answered the door, And they were like, all right, Dennis, come on. It's time to go.
Okay, this was after Dennis.
Huh?
They had to put him on a plane.
Yeah. She married Dennis in 98.
Uh-huh.
They got annulled in 99.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I assume late 98, early 99.
I met her once. I told her he's not appreciating you.
You tried to white knight Carmen Electra.
I'm like, he's just too busy hooping.
That work? Oh, you're right. You want some water?
Dave Noir did Ink Master too for like 10 seasons.
Oh, that's right. He was there when our buddy Mary Jean went a little nutty on that show. Got a little upset.
And then he married Carmen in 2003.
Oh, okay.
It was post Dennis.
Yeah. And they were married for 4 years.
That's love.
Yeah.
It is love.
Yeah.
Now he's got to deal with this bullshit.
Oh, my God.
I mean, 57, and you got to put up with a fucking senior citizen hitting you?
Who you've already broken up with over the same
shit. His issues have gotten worse and worse, and he's probably, if it's this unreasonable, imagine band meetings and the hissy fits these guys throw.
It's like, dude, I left this band 30 years ago for the exact same reasons. They got into a fight on stage at Lollapalooza.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
They've done this before?
Yes.
Wait, what year was that?
91.
Oh, I didn't know Lollapalooza was that old.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the same? Did Perry start with him?
They, from what I read, they bumped into each other very aggressively, and then they got into an argument on the stage. Dave remained on the stage. He ended up throwing his guitar into the audience. And then,
That's sick.
Then they had the conversation about leaving the band.
And that was the end of it?
That was the end of it then, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this isn't anything new.
No.
I guess not, yeah.
Which is why it's just insane.
30 years later, he's like, I'm still dealing with this bullshit.
And it's hard for me to relate because I'm on stage alone, so I don't know. Like, I've never had to collaborate like that in front of an audience with some, like, so maybe it is really difficult, like, when you're fucking that mad at someone to have to look over at them. I don't know.
This isn't.
You're like the wedding singer with a microphone looking at a happy couple at the table. I hate you.
Like, you don't even need to collaborate. Like, you're playing the songs.
Yeah.
But you have
a collaboration, though.
No, I know, but like...
And you have to share this stage. Like every bit of adulation you get, you have to accept that the man that you hate is also receiving that adulation, and that your adulation is also a piece of the adulation being received by the man that you hate, and you hate him.
But you're making money, though. Like, Motley Crue, I heard, at one point, was taking separate tour buses. Like, let's just get to the gig, do the fucking gig, and then we're done with it. Like,
then be done.
That's why it's got to be, like, just alcohol and drug fueled. Because if Axl and Slash hated each other that much... And they can just stand on stage for years now. What has it been? 5, 6, 7 years they've been reunited?
Yeah.
Multiple tours.
And they said it would never last.
No matter how committed you are to hating somebody, that much money. I mean, when you have that kind of money being thrown at you and you're like, what are we, fucking idiots? Like,
most times. Not all times.
Not all times, no. But I mean, ABBA couldn't do it, but there might have been a fear of flying there.
That's what it was, yeah.
But it's like,
Morrissey.
You can't be that stupid. Oh, Morrissey.
Morrissey
yeah.
will do some shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I love it when people will do that. I love what Morrissey does.
I find it annoying.
Like, you know what? I don't like this album. Let's delete it.
Yeah, I just find this art. It's like, I get it. Artists are strange. Sure, I do understand. There's a weirdness to that brain. But after a while, it becomes like, all right, shut up.
But you just hate that one fucking person.
Yeah, not everyone's
motivated by money. Trust me, I understand
that. Like, imagine if Jim and Opie was the biggest show ever. And then
I can't. My imagination is not that good.
I'm going to tell you the truth, Troy. The audience is having some trouble with it, too.
Stephen King couldn't imagine that.
Just sitting there, empty typewriter, like, I got nothing.
Yeah,
I can't.
No one will believe this.
But it's like everybody wants that show. We want, and you're like, no, I don't want to fucking do it.
Yeah, I understand, yeah.
There's a ton of money, and you're like, all right. So you get the money, but it doesn't take away the bullshit.
I mean,
no.
Imagine if there was
Bullsugar.
one show in existence that actually had Howard on the ropes for a period of time, and they just couldn't get along.
They couldn't. They still can't do it.
Nope. Dr. X in Mexico City.
Mecto?
Well, try trouble with that.
Hi.
Mecto.
Mexico, senor. You understand Oasis is back together again.
Yeah, I've
How
heard.
long before the wheels fall off that motherfucker right on stage, dude?
I mean, I think it's a risk that they're selling tickets a year in advance. You know, I think that's a long time to stay together. I think they've got a tour in them, though. Mm-hmm. I think if they try to extend this and go long term, it'll be a disaster.
And I think it's a totally different thing being brothers.
I do too. I do. Yes.
The hate that goes so deep with these guys, and then one of those dudes, I saw him on the Graham Norton show. They asked him to come sit. That dude's not right. He was looking around all shaky and shit. He looks like he's what is it, Asperger's? It's just not right, dude. It's second to last.
Well, we'll see. I saw a video. I think it was Noel, who was talking to like these little kids, like this.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And they came up to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in a band, Oasis." And they were like, "Didn't you have a falling out with your brother?" And they were like holding a teddy bear, and he was like, "Yeah, we just got back together. Like we're gonna put the band back together." And the kid's like, "Why'd you have a falling out with your brother?" And he looks at these two little kids, and he just goes, "Because he stole my teddy bear."
Yeah, he's like being interviewed by a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
I can't find the video right now.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Very funny.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine for one short stadium loop.
Yeah.
I don't think that they'll be able to take this for a long time, but that's okay. I mean,
if you believe everything Liam says on Twitter,
which I don't,
they have written a new album already.
Holy shit. That would make for an interesting 2025, wouldn't it?
Again, even those guys, the money is just too much. Like, to walk away from over just dumb arguments, what are you doing?
Well, writing a new album together and doing
it's a lot of work. Yeah,
that's a different.
That's a lot.
That's
a different thing.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah. But he talks a lot on Twitter, so you know.
He does talk a lot on Twitter. Now, do we know for sure if he's going to be able to have any of these little fucks, these idiots, to make him tea?
I don't know what the rider is.
Because, a lot of these guys are like downloading albums for niche.
For niche.
And then they're wondering what happened to real rock and roll. It's because, the rock stars are busy doing bullshit like making their own tea. Probably my favorite video of all time.
That's great.
Well, you shouldn't have to.
No, not Liam.
No. You're downloading for niche.
Hey, well, yeah, you're getting albums for niche.
We should break, yeah.
Yes, we should. And YouTube is getting spicy right now. YouTube is probably wondering, what's with all the activity? Because the whole world is talking. The special is out now on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Traumatized Animal by Mike Cannon, and we are fortunate enough to have Mike Cannon in studio with us. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks for having me. Took a little wind out of my sails with Jim being utterly confused. But
why?
What special? Oh, you got a special.
I never know what anybody's doing, but it was more his intro of the internet's getting spicy. I found irrecoverable.
Well, it is. It's very spicy right now.
That's how people hide their OnlyFans link. They just put a little spicy pepper.
Spicy content.
That's right.
Yeah.
I would know.
Well, congratulations, Mike Cannon.
Thanks, buddy.
The special's out there.
Yeah.
Traumatized Animal. It was released only last night. It's fresh and out of the oven. On the Chris D Comedy YouTube channel. It was filmed at the New York Comedy Club in Stamford and was executive produced by Chris DiStefano.
That's right.
I remember seeing you. It was not when you filmed the special, luckily, at the New York Comedy Club in Stamford, because that's when you were doing your I'm going to do comedy on weed.
That's right.
Shows, and you brought
innovative.
You brought a toy crossbow.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm going to bring it on stage. And then we tried to open it, and we couldn't figure out how to work it. And you went, fuck it, I'm not bringing the crossbow.
Yeah, it was a true act of God. I mean, the whatever that is where you put the bow and everything is supposed to fire pretty cleanly, it got tangled up immediately.
I couldn't figure it out either.
Oh, that actually makes me feel better. I thought you were doing it as like a service to the audience.
No, if he can't figure it, if he could figure it out and you couldn't, that's going to be very frustrating.
Yeah.
Crossbow, because he looks more like a crossbow.
It wasn't a real crossbow. It was a toy.
Right, it had a suction, which actually probably made it more dangerous, because I would have felt pretty free and clear to fire it at somebody in the crowd.
Yeah.
Take an eye out.
Yeah, and you would never want to do that.
No, my friend's son had an eye. He was in the yard, and they shot an arrow up, and it came down to hit him.
No shit.
No.
Damn.
How was it? Was his dad a good guy?
No, not at all.
But you had a moment of sympathy for him.
You did, when you got over the whole horse thing. That's cool.
Was it a blunt tip? Because I remember crab apples were big for that, like a warning with my parents and everybody. They all knew a person who got their eye knocked out by a crab apple.
Like thrown?
Yeah,
like
like
from
the
a tree
things that came
somebody
off
would-
of the
Yeah.
tree, the little like almost
Yeah.
apple walnut sized things, and you just huck them at each other, and inevitably would hit each other
Sure.
square in the pupil.
And the eye would come out, they would say.
That's what they would say. In the 50s, apparently, there were just eyes strewn about under crabapple trees.
Yeah,
What are
they
you
were.
going to check?
No.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't the internet.
There's no record.
There's no stat on that.
No.
Yeah.
No stat.
No. No, I don't.
Closest I came was I shot a slingshot at my friend Tommy, and he was up on a boulder on some sort of rock. And I mean, at the time, in my memory, I was 150 yards away, like just a pure American sniper sharpshooter. I must have been this close.
Yeah,
and I
sure.
just fired it, and it ricocheted off the rock, hit him like maybe an eighth of the inch right under his eye, like destroyed the bone right under his eyeball. But it was, now in retrospect, I'm like, oh, I could have like altered his life.
You got very
forever.
lucky.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Ralphie in A Christmas Story?
Exactly.
Yeah, gets that little pellet right under his eye.
Yeah, and I did blame him. I was like, it was at his own hand.
I saw my friend.
Why were you sitting there?
My friend had a bad eye. He had like retina reattachment surgery or whatever. He had a very bad eye. But they fixed it. They put some new retina. We were at his house one day. We were probably like, I was like a year older than him, so maybe we was like 13 and 12. And we were making all this noise in his apartment. His dad was out, and his neighbor was an Asian woman who lived upstairs, and she came down to yell at him, and she went to point, and she had a fingernail, and it hit his eye. And I'll never forget. I was profile, and I saw the little liquid shot out of his eye.
Little face gusher.
A little bit, whatever is behind that. And then she was like, oh, like she freaked out. And I forget who I don't remember who he called or whatever, but his dad came home to him in the hospital. He lost his eyesight. He's blind in that eye. Unless they've fixed it since. But I remember there was like so many, he just had a new cornea or a retina, whatever it was attached.
She couldn't boil up some Miyagi soup and just just
fix
put his
it?
eyeball in
No,
there?
she couldn't. She panicked.
Yeah.
She did?
Yeah, she was just trying to scold him.
It really takes the wind out of your sails, like the scolding.
Sure.
Like, I understand he's got a fingernail in his eye, but he still did the thing that I was mad at him for. Let's not forget why I'm here.
He was loud.
Yeah, didn't turn down the music at all. Just remember that before we go and throw blame at people.
Yeah, I know that must have had. Did that happen all the time? Just living in an apartment as a kid?
What, people just flinging fingernails in each other's eyeballs?
Yeah, no, it's the only eye I ever saw come out was that one, just that once.
But just that level of squabbling, like we had our own suburban problems of people just having issues here
Fights
and there.
in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it wasn't even a cul-de-sac. When I was really young, I lived right outside of West Point, so it was a bit more white trashy, Fort Montgomery.
Sure.
And so there were like, yard squabbles. If somebody even like mowed a foot of your yard, there would be like a huge, like, what the fuck are you saying about my property type thing.
Right.
But it was never like, you're making too much noise and encroaching upon my peace. That's an apartment thing,
I don't know, to be very honest with you. I can't remember. I remember one time I got yelled at by my neighbor, and like one of the neighbors hit me, I think.
What?
I don't remember what. Some woman slapped me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what for, though. I was so young.
I'm going to imagine she was in the right.
Maybe, but Mother was not happy, and Mother marched me over there. Mother was screaming at her from the parking lot to come outside. I've never seen my mom like that before.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Yeah, she was very upset.
My parents used to give the parents of whom I was sleeping over the green light to hit me.
What?
Yeah, they used to be like, if he acts out of line, just fucking whack him.
And then they go like this. Your parents would go,
we're dead serious.
Yeah.
Every other Irish parent took them up on it. Every other parent took it as a joke. Like my friend Timmy's mom hit me with a wooden spoon.
She did.
She whacked the shit out of me. Probably.
Okay.
I mean, I was dressed sexy.
Okay,
So.
yeah, sure.
Spanked you.
I told you not to come over here looking like that. Yeah. Yeah, why is that always a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like, clearly, kids who get hit rebel because they're traumatized, which results in them getting hit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also rationalizing it in our head, which is like, all right, anytime I make a mistake, just prepare for a bludgeoning.
Right.
But you don't think of that when some shitty kid is doing something. You're not thinking of, well, he's a trauma. You're just like, oh, what's this fucking kid doing?
Irritant.
Let me add to the trauma.
Yeah. Again, you don't look at it that way. You just like, let me just get rid of this problem right now. Let's stop this issue.
It's pretty crazy to not look at it that way, though, because literally anytime I've ever even raised my voice a decibel, I can watch my son's soul, like, leave his body.
Right. Yeah.
Like, he's so sensitive to it, which, like, that's why I don't really do. I try to talk him down from everything. But anytime that happens, I'm like, oh, I just ruined his life. Like, I set him off on a path of getting, ball gagged and choked or whatever. Like, it's going to result in some weird adult shit. But I don't understand how parents just callously just raise their
especially how they hit them all the time. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. My son's old enough now that he can handle, like, he'll...
fight?
Yeah, he can stand up for himself. Like, I've won a few, I've lost a few.
Get the switch.
He's 7. So, but he'll do things where he knows he's going to get yelled at and doesn't have that horrified, like, if he gets yelled at, he kind of knew it was coming. But my daughter is that, like, when you're like, hey, and you yell, and you can just see her face turn like, I can't believe this is happening. And you're like, no, I didn't mean it. You're fine. You keep doing whatever you were doing. I'm sorry.
What a great weapon.
Yeah.
Hey! When they panic. Oh, I would be the king. That? I would rule the Iron Throne of my house.
Dude, speaking of great weapon, my son got stung by bees like 2 weeks ago.
How many?
Like 3 or 4 on his body. And he was horrified. It's like the first time the world has truly turned on him.
Yeah,
sure. He's fucked up.
I didn't do anything to deserve this.
Dude, not at all. And the other day, he's like, we're leaving the house. He's like, are the bees waiting? And I realized, like, that's so awful and so brutal to listen to, but I've also completely leveraged it against him already.
Sure.
Where I'm like, you're not getting to bed? What are the bees going to think about this?
Yeah.
Dude? Like, you're not
the bees, they know when you're sleeping and they see when you're awake.
Call them the homework bees. Guy who doesn't know how to improv and share a moment.
That's who that guy is.
Guy who wrecks a moment with a really weak joke.
Oh, yeah, you could.
Just made us uncomfortable.
You could call him the homework bees, I suppose. It's a good way to find out if he's allergic to bee stings or not, though.
Sure. Yeah, that's how I found out. When I was, the first day I moved into Rockland County, shout out, I climbed a tree in my front yard. Like, I was literally, like, skating on the wood floors, so excited. We had a house. This is unbelievable. Climbed a tree in my front yard and got stung by a nest of hornets. Like a full nest. And was only saved by the Jamaican guy that was working on our house. He literally ran out, heard my screams. I was like, jump, man, jump.
Oh, you were in the tree getting stung?
In the tree, I was 9, just getting hammered.
Panicking,
freaking out. And I jumped into his arms and then panicked more and then ran away and then spent 9 hours in the hospital.
And there's bees all over you and you jumped?
Yeah.
What a brave guy. I would never have a bee-covered baby jump on me. Fuck
was
you.
9.
I don't care. Whatever, he's 9. Whatever, a bee-covered kid.
I
you?
Agree.
No.
If it was your daughter, would you say jump with hornets on her?
I would run away. I'd be so far gone.
Hang on, I'm calling the police.
I'm calling the hornet experts.
Terrified.
I'm on Instagram DMing that lady who deals with bees.
Hopefully my wife would be somewhere in the area.
That is the thing. That was her first day you moved in?
Yeah, first.
That is what will happen sometimes. Your kids have the power to take a day that is like, oh, this is such a great day. Today is defined by the move-in. Mm-hmm. And we look at our new house and everything. And in one moment, because some dope decided to climb a tree.
Yeah.
Today is now the day that's defined by sitting in the hospital for 9 hours with our bee-stung son.
Did you touch the nest, or were you just next to it?
No, I didn't even see it.
Oh, maybe it was in the tree.
It was in the tree, and I was up there, and I remember, in my memory, clear as day, I remember one, like, buzzing the side of my head. Like, it kind of came across my head, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, oh, that's crazy. And then just within seconds, they were just... My body was just covered in that.
Oh, yeah, you were probably like over the whole of the nest or whatever.
Probably. And my parents tried to keep like their shit together in like classic parenting thing. I remember my dad being like, "Kid, I think it's like I think he's going to be okay." And my mom goes, "Kevin, look at his face." They immediately took me to the hospital.
Right, you got stung a bunch in the face.
Dude, I looked in the in like one of a reflection. I looked like Eric Stoltz in The Mask. Like truly
hilarious.
Just warped all over.
That is the dad thing. The first instinct is,
he's good.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
But are you allergic to them or no?
No, but they did give me an EpiPen, which like is the way that I don't know if hopefully they've, made the technology a bit better, but they more or less just handed me this item that I would maybe have to stab myself in the leg
like
with.
An extra bee sting.
Exactly, yeah. At 9 years old, like I'm going into space and this might be my moment to kill myself if all goes wrong. Yeah. But they're like, yeah, so all you gotta do is like take it out of the box, shake it up, stab yourself, and then press down. I'm like, I'm fucking 9.
Yeah. And I've seen Pulp Fiction. I know how this goes.
My nose starts bleeding.
I had a friend who was stung by bees. We used to always mess up the bee. Like, we would always fucking destroy beehives, like yellow jackets' nests.
Smart.
We would throw bricks into it. Like, we were fucking... It was crazy, the way I handled bees. Wasp nests. People would tell us where there was bee nests, and we would just go and fuck with them. And this kid, Denny, I'll never forget... had 3.
Hi,
yeah.
hoping to one day get on the radio.
Well, this guy did have those bee stingers were as thin as Denny's voice, and they were. And I'll never forget him running, screaming, with his arm out in front, just 3 yellow jackets. I think they went up his shirt.
Like you saw them on him.
3 of them on his forearm. I'll never forget that. Like he was just running with bees on him. And when your arm is out and there's 3 bees on you, there's a lot more on you other places. But he was instead of brushing them off, this dunce just put them out and yelled,
And are yellow jackets the ones that like...
They're hornets. Underground.
And they'll sting repeatedly?
Yes, they're terrible bees. They look like honeybees, but they're yellowish, but they're in the hornet family.
Oof.
They suck.
Inside is the best. Staying inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no bees.
But that's just
Creepy
the fear-mongering
crawlers.
the government wants, dude. They don't want you to travel.
No.
They want you inside.
That's true.
Right, Troy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, because then you can't be, then you're just...
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It just makes sense. You're not out there in the world.
Oh.
Beyond that, I haven't thought much about it.
He's just a sheep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Building 7.
We got there quick.
Yeah.
It's the one.
Well,
the one
same month.
conspiracy. Yeah. So, you have a new baby, huh?
I do, yeah.
Oh my God.
Father of 2.
Father of 2,
As of when?
yeah. What was that?
As of when?
Almost a month ago. Yeah, it's crazy. It's I'm operating on several different planets right
Good
now.
for you.
so,
What's up?
Yeah, trying my best.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's he pissed in his own mouth like a week into his own life. He
Hey, better
almost
than yours,
waterboarded
you know what I'm
himself
saying?
to death.
Yeah.
Well, it hit me in the face and then
Okay.
ricocheted. But dude, we got those dick caps. Have you
I was
seen
going to
those?
ask you about those little cups that stop them from doing that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It was like a little cloth fan.
Like you're wearing one.
A little penis sticker?
Yeah, a little top.
Yeah.
But don't they piss all over themselves that way?
Yeah, I mean, he literally, like, it was a carnival game, dude. It went directly into his mouth, and he was just like choking on his
piss
own
caps
piss.
on his penis?
I do now, yeah.
That's crazy.
After that one mistake.
How does it work? Do you, when you're
little-
changing the diaper, you put the piss cap on?
Just a little drop on it.
How does it stay on?
It kind of doesn't. It does sometimes.
Yeah.
But yesterday, actually, I had to...
Did you apply the piss cap?
You'll know. You'll know if you don't.
Yeah.
You'll get got, dude.
I mean, I'm on my 3rd kid. I've never used a piss cap.
You've never
Have you
gotten
ever been pissed on, though? Have you ever gotten a shot?
I've been pissed on before.
Damn right. Jim?
I mean, has Jim been pissed on before? What do you
I mean,
like?
let's discuss. In the car, with a cup, in a hotel.
Did you ever ask them to put a piss cap on so that could fire against your chest first?
No, I did, but it was called a funnel. Yeah, no, that would. I guess as a parent, you get used to it, right? Like it just sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I've gotten used to anything because it's been 5 years since I've dealt with a newborn, and it's just so much. It's so much different than everything that I've grown accustomed to.
Yeah,
and you completely forget. Like we're programmed as human beings to only remember the good, cute stuff.
Yeah,
and forget everything that's hard about having a newborn.
Dude, women do that shit. There's like some biological memory erase system that happens to women because like my wife was like, oh, maybe we'll have a third. And I'm like, what fucking planet are you operating on? Where it's like, she's like, I just don't want to close that door. I was like, I'm soldering it shut. It's completely shut. Find a new husband if you want to get a third kid.
Bro, come on.
You think I should?
Of course you should. Blast in there.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you should empty your balls inside. But
you should do that. You should do it, dude.
Well, I wanted a vasectomy in the room. I wanted to see if they could double us up surgically.
Oh, while she's doing that, yeah.
In the room as if it's more convenient. And they're like, sir, you're not the one who's having a procedure. Like, you're not part of this.
This isn't where you also do that?
Yeah.
There's not a station for that?
You can't bring 2 beds in here.
Do you want kids, Mike?
Just so you can be the honey. I went through it as well.
Yeah, we
both need to recover.
I'm also pissing blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have kids one day.
Okay.
Nice.
So me and Troy are the only two.
Get
you
them
don't
training early, right?
Never.
Oh yeah, they'll have weights in their hands as soon as they crawl out of the room.
They do.
Dude, one of my buddies, he had an older brother who was a maniac. And he himself was a lunatic as well. And then his younger brother was like 6. And I used to go to his house, and I caught his younger brother doing sit-ups in front of his bedroom door like a couple times. And I was like, what's going on, man? He's like, it's so when Justin hits me, it doesn't hurt. And that's like that's where he was at 6 years old.
Yeah.
Just ready to take breadbasket hits and not feel a goddamn thing.
Like in Rocky, when he's doing those crunches and his trainers is slapping his stomach.
Yup.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
So did you vasectomy yet?
No, I'm not allowed yet, but I can't wait.
Why aren't you allowed?
Just go do it. Don't tell her.
Just go do it.
No one looks at
She
your
won't
taint.
let you. Oh, because she doesn't want you to.
Not yet. I mean, it's a discussion. It's also, I'm not necessarily like sprinting to get my balls cut open.
No.
You know?
Apparently, it's a very simple procedure. Like most guys, there's no problems with it. Or
I just had a friend whose he told me his balls like blew up to grapefruit size. They
Mikey,
turned
don't let him
purple.
tell you nothing. My balls turned into grapefruits.
That's great if you're on a diet.
Oh. You eat the testicles?
Yeah. It's a grapefruit diet, a little sugar. So you had complications, or is it normal?
I guess he had complicated. He was slinging blood too for like a couple weeks. So it's just like, I don't know. That definitely put a little bit of hesitation.
You can't do it. You can't do it while you have a newborn because everything is skewed.
Right. Well, and not to mention
you have a built-in bias.
It takes out even more of my usefulness. Like I'm already borderline useless because it's a brand new baby. So
Sure.
I'm a fucking production assistant. I'm just running to get people coffee and all that
So you're
stuff.
saying you need your virility.
It just takes away from my ability to move and hold things, I would assume, if I have an incision in my balls.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think the recovery is that dramatic.
Really?
No, I've heard
it's not
that
like
bad.
you don't go under. You use a local anesthetic. They just snip
that's
you.
another problem, though.
I would just get it. Yeah, you don't have to look at it. They put a thing. I would just do it and don't tell her.
Okay.
Just pretend you're trying to knock her up. Ah, boy, hope a baby comes.
I'm going to tell you right now, Mike, it's actually terrible advice that you just gave.
No, it's not. Just keep blowing your loads inside.
That might be a betrayal of trust I can't possibly ever get back.
Sure,
but I
you
kind of
can.
agree.
Yeah. Well, I did Jim&Sam, and Jim was like, I should just do that.
Yeah.
Just don't get on all fours and ask for your ass eaten, because then the scar will show.
She'll see it. She will see it.
She'll see it.
Is it an underboob scar? I don't even know what it looks like.
I guess it's like between your balls and asshole somewhere. I don't know how they get in there.
I thought they do it in your scrot, no?
Yeah. I thought it was like a squealer scar
I think it's the vein. I could be wrong. Maybe they do go through your scrotum, but for some reason, I thought it was under the balls, like where you're not going to see it.
I don't think it's the vas deferens.
Do you ever feel your vas deferens and forget that that's what they are and think you have cancer?
Nope.
Oh.
I felt those little lumps, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in the scrotum.
Oh, okay.
In the scrot.
Yeah.
So they open the back of your bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wow, you're reading from the medical dictionary.
Yeah, I am.
Pop that bag open. Can you put a Ziploc seal when you're done?
How big is the scar?
The procedure involves making 1 or 2 small incisions into the scrotum, usually in the middle or on either side. So it's kind of like, chef's choice.
Sure.
Or maybe you can be like, hey,
I'd rather.
back, please.
And then the doctor goes, no, it's chef's choice here.
And I'm picking 2.
Yeah, you don't get to choose.
The incisions are typically 1.5 to 3 centimeters long and are closed with stitches.
1.5 to 3 centimeters. I hate fucking centimeters. How many? Is that
That's
an inch?
kind of
That's
big.
not even close to an inch.
How big is 3 centimeters?
Oh, really? I thought that's more than an inch, 3 centimeters.
3? I
No.
don't think so.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
No.
I'm like
Maybe I'm an inch.
so dumb.
No, I don't think
3 centimeters is 1.1 inch.
Boom.
Look at that.
We're all
So I knew it.
No, don't say we're all. It's just you that's stupid.
Yeah.
Just me?
You see the way he did that? He goes, oh,
Jim
so
said
we're-
the same thing.
So we're
I
all
didn't
wrong.
know.
No, it's just the guy with the computer.
So it's between 3/10 of an inch
and an inch.
and an inch.
I mean, I know my bag can like flatten out and be wider than it is, but at like homeostasis,
awesome.
it's probably like about an inch.
And they probably go on the side of the
what
scrotum.
It's chef's choice.
Yeah, I already said.
No,
it's
but
chef's choice.
on the side it could be half on the right, or it could be right where your balls meet your leg. Like, do they have a picture of a fucking a vasectomy scar?
It's.
Now we're talking.
Why not?
Yeah.
I said, let me see.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
curious.
The open surgery, I don't know if I can handle,
Yeah, it
but
probably just like heals up real.
would you do it,
Florentine
Sam?
had one. I'm curious.
No, I don't want one.
No.
My virility is there.
Oh, that's
Where
nothing.
where on the ball is that?
It's like a tongue piercing.
I don't know where.
Is it the tasty part?
That is right at the guiche, like meets the bag.
On the
literally,
top.
That's literally at the top.
That's
Yeah,
the
right
top
there.
of it.
Oh, is this
Yeah,
That's
see?
yeah.
And if you shave, you'll see it.
Yeah, because look at that one right back, the top left.
This one?
That's like right at the top of the bag. The second over.
This one?
Yeah.
One in the middle.
This
no,
one.
I can't do
Up.
the one open.
This one.
This one.
Are you intentionally doing every one besides the one?
That one. Oh.
Yeah, that one.
I thought you meant photo, not like drawing.
Oh,
No.
that's under the dick. That's when you lift your cock. Where the
nice.
that's when you lift it. That's where the kind of like the underside of your dick and scrotum.
Yeah.
That's not as bad as on the top there.
No, but I also like to get a lot of work done there. So I don't know if I want a scar right.
Well, that's
right
why
where
Chicks like scars.
they
Chicks
that
love-
one though.
But, yeah.
Chicks
They
love
like a
scars.
war
And
scar.
I'll just quote The Dark Knight at my wife every time she blows me.
right.
Want to know? I like big
Yeah, no, I didn't get it done. I don't have any
live rounds.
live rounds.
Would
I like
you
to
have
live on the
another?
edge. Yeah, I would.
You would.
I don't know if my wife wants to, but yeah, I would. I just keep going.
Why not?
I mean, we're building an army. They're the best.
Have a kid, hit the road.
They're the best.
That's the best, dude.
Yeah.
I'm starting a full borderline month tour, like 3 weeks into my fucking son's life. I have scheduled maybe the worst September of anybody in human history.
Is that right?
It's just, I mean, it's all great stuff, but it's like so insanely packed that I just didn't consider all of it. The birth of my son, special release, tour, like just being on the road, all this shit, and just having.
Are you going to Skankfest?
I am, yeah, which
You
is
gotta
a great
provide.
excuse for leaving your newborn.
Skank fest.
Yeah.
You know, Louis J. Gomez's
Honey,
Skank
it's direct
fest.
contact with the fans.
It's a lot of direct contact.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
Is your wife coming?
Yes.
Are you doing a live pod?
No, I mean they asked us, but no. I mean we might do somebody else's.
Yeah.
Do something, but no.
You got to provide, bro.
Yeah, I do
You're
have to
doing the right
provide.
thing.
That's right. Well, I took all of August off, which was hard.
Yeah.
Hard to do. I don't
Yeah.
like doing that.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's just made me feel too much like a person. Like just having to. I was going to bed at like fucking 9:45.
Mm-hmm.
at
Like you were
night.
living a healthy life.
Truly, like I was living like a regular ass life, and I was just like, I don't like this feeling.
It's
man.
good. It feels good.
It felt, yeah, it was too
I'm not
comfortable.
self-loathing. I'm not tired all the time.
Yeah.
Not questioning everything that I do.
No, I was even doing it more. I think without doing live stand-up, it's actually worse. I think being just a digital person is maybe the worst existence you could possibly have, because the affirmation from performing in real life and having people at least like, you can't lie that, like they're laughing, they're having a good time, that's great. So then if you just move digital, it's like people are they're just bounty hunters. They're just set out to hurt you.
Yeah, and that's all you have.
That's all you got.
Plus, like, you just keep checking your, likes and numbers and stuff like that because it's the only thing you have coming in.
It's not the love of my family, that's for sure.
Right.
No, that doesn't feel as good as a bunch of likes. A bunch of likes does feel better.
The love of your family? Yeah.
They're supposed to love you.
Right.
Gives
That's
turkey.
honestly how I feel about it, kind of.
Yeah, they have to.
There's a part of it where it's like, this is obligatory.
Right.
Like,
Is your wife a comic or no?
No.
Oh, she's not,
No.
okay.
I was never-
No, hell no. She's not even funny. that's what you said. No.
No, she can't even string a sentence together.
What we do is difficult. She could never.
Yeah, she just owns her own business. She couldn't deal with what I deal with.
Yeah.
And she tries it and is much more successful
She
than
would
you in
be,
like
probably.
3 months. Yeah.
Instantly. Would have just a chart-breaking OnlyFans.
Oh, would I love that. My wife just did stand-up and was good at it. And
Oh, I thought if Mike's wife had an OnlyFans.
I would. I don't know what your wife.
Would you subscribe to Mike's wife's OnlyFans?
To support the family?
To support the family.
I don't know.
Mike, I want you to know
I
you're
know
gonna,
Mike,
you're going to
so
see my name pop up on some receipts.
Yeah.
I did it for you. I'm not looking.
Yep.
I did it for you. Why are you're getting the pay-per-view content too? It's for you and the family. That's all. That's all.
I think the way she could hook in my people and her people is if she pleasured herself to mean comments about me.
Ooh, I would watch that.
I would also watch that, to be honest.
You would pleasure yourself to her pleasure and
Dude.
herself reading negative comments
the
about
inception of self-hate.
Yes.
I would love that very much.
Yes.
That's like as close to digital cuckolding as you can get, I suppose.
That's pretty much there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch these fans fuck my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's never been funny. I think he's right. Oh, yeah, tell me more.
Yeah, she's driving a Cuca and reading about how bad you are in Schenectady.
Do you want to drive in a Cucan?
Oh my God, he got walkouts and shit. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, but but in your situation, she may want more.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't understand how it keeps coming back to that. Like, leading up to the birth of my second son was just fucking full mayhem as well. So the week before he was born, the hospital valet destroyed the driver's side door of my car.
Why?
Because they were on opiates. And definitely, the guy literally looked at me. Oh, so I took out money to tip them because I had forgotten the last time and they've been great. And I took out money, got the ticket, and I walked up to him and he's like, "What are you driving?" And I told him, he's like, "Hang on to that for 1 second." I was like, "Okay." And he walked me over to my car and the entire door looked like it was rhino charged. Like fucking Sagalo went head down and just got CTE from the panel.
Totally caved in.
Totally caved in. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I thought it was in park and it wasn't." And I was like, "Okay."
So why is the door dented?
Dude, so I'm there, and you know when you're so mad that you're actually hovering above your body and you're not really reacting because you don't want to go to jail, but you like see the fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 stars coming up and you're like, you have it's almost it's like sensory overload. So I'm just like listening to this guy kind of just through the explanation of how he destroyed my car, and my wife has never once greenlit my anger. It gets her upset. She's bummed out by it, and I looked at her and she's like, "Go." She gave me just the fucking checker flag, let's see it. And I just absolutely unloaded on these two dudes, one of which was in full scrubs with like blood splattered all over it from, whatever surgery he just came from. And another guy was in just like full hospital. I'm the guy that talks to you suit. And I just flipped out. They're like, "Yeah, just take it to a thing and, then we'll reimburse you." And I just like lost my mind. I was like, "As a matter of fact, you guys are going to handle 100% of this shit. I'm not going to do anything, blah, blah, blah." It got sorted. It was a whole headache.
Did they take you to the shop?
Yeah. So they took me to the shop. They got me a rental car. The whole thing.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, it was more or less handled. But then, like, it's all still moving pieces, like a couple days before my wife is about to give birth.
Yeah.
So I have so much anxiety. I'm dealing with all this shit. And then and then a day or two later, a tree that my wife clocked as a problem the second we moved in, and I, as the tree expert, told her that couldn't possibly come near our house, fell during that crazy windstorm, and it came like 3 feet away from our kitchen where my wife was standing at the time, and it felt like the house got knocked off the foundation. It was fucking nuts.
So aren't you glad that's gone now, though? That tree is now done.
Definitely.
You'll never have to worry about it again.
Nope.
Definitely.
And you have to hire somebody to cut it down.
That's right.
Yeah, $5,000.
Is that how much it is?
Chop it up. And,
yeah.
I was looking on Instagram. They show everything. There was one guy who had like a helmet cam on, but he cut down trees. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Cutting down trees.
So I'm like, this guy has got to be 90 feet in the air. This was really fucking high. Mm-hmm. And when they cut it down, it falls off, and then the stump is like right by where their chest is. And I'm like, It just looks like it's such a. And I don't know how they stay up. They have like this thing where they wrap this
the harness
around, but how do they actually stay? Do you have to keep pressure on it?
I guess so. I mean, it's probably similar to like the mountain climbing stuff where it's all just weight distribution. But he also had those like cartoon knife boots on.
Yeah,
that kind of just stick into the side of the trunks. He could have told me any price, and I would have been like, "Sure, I can't.
Yeah,
like, I literally can't do this. So you go ahead." But the tree actually split, so it was like I guess part of it was growing off of the other, and it split, and it was huge, and just like shook the whole house.
Knock wires down or no?
No, we were lucky in the sense that it only destroyed a little bit of the gutter and some of the roof, but it was lucky, more or less taken care of. But that's my wife was going for vaginal birth, and I'm pretty sure that shot the baby directly right back up into her esophagus.
Oh yeah, she was a little nervous.
Yeah.
I do love that you're like, we would have a third kid, but you remember what happened to the door on the car the last time.
We can't be going back to hospitals in their valet.
So I'm just saying, like, you want the third kid.
Home birth.
What about the car?
Home birth. My mom gave birth at home. How fucking weird is that?
To you?
No, to my sister.
Huh.
Why?
But like, I don't know.
Older sister, younger sister?
Younger sister. So my older sister.
After you got born, she was like, we should probably do it right this time.
Let's been there, done that.
Yeah.
We can't deal with more head injuries in the hospital. But yeah, she just had midwives and stuff like that and just spit out a baby on her own bed. Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
I just can't imagine feeling secure in that environment.
No, because God forbid you need a surgeon.
Yeah.
Or there's a fucking problem. What are they called? Doulas?
Yeah, we had a doula for my first kid, and then saved money on the second one.
She's not. What is she gonna do? Go in there with a fucking scalpel?
Yeah.
Do you know what she did? My doula, she splattered the placenta on a piece of paper afterwards and gave it to us as art. So,
we did that.
Worth every penny of the $3,000.
I don't know how much it cost, but we got placenta art.
Yeah. Did you take a placenta pill too?
No.
I
She
tried
did.
one.
My wife did.
What's it? Does she still have them, or did she take them?
I don't know if she took them all or not. They were in the freezer.
They are protein. Do you take them frozen? Or do you got to let it thaw out and then take it?
Well, it's just a pill, so I'm sure you could take it frozen. Yeah, I don't know. I never took it.
I think I took it cold, but it's supposed to help with their postpartum.
Yeah.
And but it's also like a natural anxiety reliever. So I was just, I threw a couple back. Just
You
to
took
see
them?
I took like 2. But
Did you feel anything or no?
No, nothing. I feel more from lion's mane.
What is that?
That's what I'm on these days, dude. It's just this. It's a I don't know, some natural supplement that
Get
helps.
it from the gas station.
It helped. No.
That's what it sounds
The first
like.
batch. It helps. Apparently,
What they
it
used
helps
to call that stuff, like Pinnacle Horny Goat Weed or something like that.
They still got the Rhino.
Nice,
Totally.
Rhino.
Yeah, Rhino 5000.
Yohimbe bark was very good. That would get your dick moving.
Yeah.
Lion's mane's a type of mushroom.
Yeah. It's supposed to regulate your gut health, but also be a natural booster of serotonin, and help with anxiety and stress. I'm trying everything
Does it
besides
work?
getting real help.
Yeah, why don't you just tackle the actual issues?
It does actually. It kind of helps for sure. Well, I've been meditating.
You have?
Yeah, I'm trying all the things.
Yeah, no, I know.
Are you more stressed now or less stressed than you have been? How are things?
I'm okay. I go through bouts, I go through like bouts of psychosis where I'm basically like not useful to myself or anybody else. Mm-hmm. And then on the other end of that is like euphoria. So you could definitely.
Oh, perfect.
I gotta have like a dollop of bipolar or something like that because the swings are pretty fast and radical.
Yeah.
When you're in a euphoric state and you're enjoying yourself, is there part of you that goes like, "Oh fuck, I'm feeling really good. This is gonna hurt on the other side."
You see the wall ahead of you.
You always know.
Yeah. Which is why I've never experienced sustained joy in my entire life. It's all just like, well, at what point is this going to be proven untrue?
It's like when you're on a roller coaster, you're going higher, but you understand that you can't. You have to come down quickly.
Yeah,
right.
And when you come down, also your seatbelt unbuckles.
Yeah.
That's part of the ride.
Yeah, it's just what's fun.
Yeah. Do you guys not deal with that kind of thing? Because it's become more and more lately. I think for me, I think my slopes were a bit more gradual in the past, and now they seem to be kind of spiking more. And that could be, I'm like, trying to chalk it up to like, oh, that's the pressure of having kids. It's the pressure of the career, this, that, and whatever. But it also could just be a very, fast developing mental issue.
No, I totally understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally get it. Yeah. The other night, I was doing a test on the sound of the this processor, and it sounded really great. And I was trying to hook up lights and stuff, and I needed a remote that we have for this one light, which makes it so I could see myself on camera while I was doing it, while I was adjusting. And I couldn't find the remote, and I knew she did, and it gave me such a hopeless feeling. I'm like, I should just jump off the balcony. But I just knew how poorly that would read. Killed himself because he couldn't find the remote for a $119 light. But the depression came crashing in. It's never rash. It's always right there.
Yeah.
Like every time you're feeling good, it's always literally because the trap door hasn't opened. But as soon as something triggers it, the trap door opens, and it doesn't. There's no lead up.
Yeah.
It's there.
What is that? Is that like conditioning? Because I'm trying to my brain right now is trying to say that cynicism and optimism are the same level of brainwashing. You know what I mean? Like if I'm optimistic or I'm cynic, I'm basically brainwashing myself in one direction or the other. So why do I choose the negative route as opposed to having hope?
You won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
It's safer.
Yeah.
It's also not brainwashing
that's
if it's
easy.
rational.
Yeah, figured that out quick.
If it's rational cynicism or rational optimism, there's people who are blind optimists. That's where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you...
I'm irrationally cynical.
Okay, yeah.
But if you just have a certain amount of hesitation because you've seen the world, that's not... I think it's healthy.
Well, there's a protection in both, right? Like, there's a protection in blind optimism because it's almost like, well, nope, the bad thing's not even happening. That's not happening. I never have to deal with it because it's not happening.
Yeah.
And then the blind cynicism is, well, if I'm constantly prepared for a disappointment, it's not going to hurt.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with optimism. Like, people talk about The Secret and how you can manifest your dreams. It's like,
you like The Secret.
I don't, because I think The Secret works even more potent for the negative. So it's like, being cynical, it is 100% a self-fulfilling prophecy because you start just kind of even subconsciously behaving in a way that prepares for failure.
Yeah, of
Whereas,
course.
like, if you start subconsciously behaving in a way preparing for success, it only can become a letdown if and when it doesn't happen.
The Secret is just wishful thinking, just drivel. It's fucking drivel.
There's a lot of elements of drivel to it.
Sure.
I would
just
agree with that.
picture yourself just wrapped up in this fake thoughts thing.
I know.
Negative thoughts are not great to harp on. Yeah,
No, they're bad.
Sure, they are bad. They're unhealthy. But to have don't bring it into the universe. Shut the fuck up. The fucking universe.
You hate the universe.
I love the universe,
Oh.
but I recognize it for what it is. And me thinking things is not going to bring them to pass.
You don't think energies exist?
They do, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think...
just not the way she says.
No, not the way she says at all. You can't take the scales out of your house and go, don't worry. This is the way to
it's
do it.
utter... It's a child's fantasy.
It is a child's
And a
fantasy.
stupid child.
Because there's no focus. Yeah, like the type of child that you're like, oh boy, we might need some extended test-taking time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
but because there's no focus on taking action.
Yeah.
There's just focus on
wishing,
the mental energy part of it, and know like, well, you have to take action.
Sure.
Towards like, I think that the healthier approach is to be constantly kind of preparing yourself for potential opportunity. With the realization that you have no control whether the opportunity is going to come or not. But if you are kind of always preparing for opportunities and open to them, then you'll be ready for them when they do come.
What are
And
you
who
running a
knows?
pyramid scheme? That's fucking pyramid scheme talk. You have to prepare yourself for opportunities because when they arrive...
Not a pyramid scheme. It's called a multi-level marketing campaign.
That's right.
And I want to talk to you guys about a way that you could make some extra money and do absolutely nothing.
I'd love to hear it, Rupert.
What if I told you?
All the little... What if I told you exactly?
I love
If you
that.
told
A
me
lot of
that, I'd
friends fall
open
to
my
that.
veins in a tub. Now what?
Is that something you might be interested in?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Wait a second.
Celebrity calling. You
Mike.
might not know you have celebrity fans, Mike, but you do.
I'm interested in your take on all this. However, the celebrity hotline is ringing off the hook.
Who do we have?
We have a surprise celebrity call. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from the stage. You know him from the screen. He is an absolute legend. Rich Voss. Welcome, Rich Voss.
What's going on? I hope I'm too late for this segment, but Bonnie's always like this whole energy thing, think positive, all this crap, right? Now, the other day, she says to me, if you manifest or think in your head, you'll get $1 million, you'll get one. And I said to her, God gives you what you need, not what you want. And then she replied, do you think Chelsea Handler needed a TV show? And she fucking knocked down my theory right there.
I guess
and
so.
And that should have got away.
No.
We all looked around wondering why you thought God gave Chelsea Handler the TV
Yeah,
show.
all I'm picturing is you and Bonnie going off a cliff like Thelma and Louise in the middle of this conversation.
What an insight into your relationship that you both talk in fortune cookies to each other.
Thinking positive is good for your mental well-being, sure, and you might manifest better results if you think positive, you do better things, but come on.
Yeah, I get it, but she thinks, oh, whatever. This call's going nowhere. I opened with something funny, and you fucking clowns just stared at
God
me.
gave us what we needed, which was silence.
That's a good point. I might be listening to a rerun and called in something's wrong here.
No, Rich, you were not. Mike Cannon's here. You were not. You were very much on topic, but we all looked around confused as to whether or not that was a joke or an observation. Or
Dude, that is just delayed Alzheimer's.
No, I know what you mean about Chelsea not needing a TV show. Yeah, sure. God didn't care about that.
No, I said God gives you what you need, not what you want.
Yes.
Her reply is like, there's no God.
I understand. I'm not
Rich, our phones are functional.
I'm not lost.
Okay, I got a better one.
Okay, give us more wisdom. Do you have another pearl to share?
All right, what's that? Okay, you guys talk about negativity and fear. You know what fear stands for, nor do you know.
If you say fuck everything and run, or forget everything and or something everything and recover,
no.
What?
What is it?
Better.
What?
False evidence
appearing real. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Busey is here.
Thank you. You know, listen. It's Monday morning. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. I really called to congratulate Mike Cannon on his new child. That's what I really.
What about his new special?
Thanks,
His new
Rich.
I mean, the child's been around for a month. The new special just came out last night. It's called Traumatized Animal. It's on Chris DiStefano's YouTube channel.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Mike Cannon, who has a new special every other week.
Or 2 years.
Okay, but here's the deal. Mike Cannon's he's a funny guy, so I like to watch the special, but I'd rather walk through Lebanon wearing a yarmulke. That's a good one.
That's good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yes.
A little edgy.
Yeah.
They call me edgy.
Yeah.
Anyhow, listen, this is going nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say. It's Voss. Very outwardly stupid.
And he responds immediately with, "What's that?"
Fuck your Cowboys stink.
Yeah, they do. Not my Cowboys.
Oh.
Was that a Dak collapse, or was it the defense didn't seem to do particularly well?
No, it was a defensive clusterfuck.
Okay.
Would be the way to describe it.
Yeah.
It was just horrible.
44-10,
Listen,
19.
guys, I'm sorry about wasting your time.
That's all right.
It's all right. You can't help it.
I have nothing.
No, you don't.
And, God, no, I feel bad.
We understand. Don't feel bad. You don't feel bad, and we don't feel bad. And you'll call back again with another one of these, and we'll take the call.
We'll always take it.
We know
Well,
that will.
the text I sent Sam was funny. He didn't read that. That was a good one.
What was the text?
When you're talking to kids.
Let me see.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, I didn't have my phone in front of me. It says, Rich said that he has no... Rich says he has no idea having 3 daughters and trying to figure out who's the best kisser.
I mean, that's hilarious. It's hilarious. Good for you, Rich.
Well, thank you. Hey, listen, Mike.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your special.
You already said that.
Let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to shoot you to the top. I'm telling you. You might be able to sign with Emilio after this.
This is the one.
Yeah,
This
that's
is the one.
Rich dropping names that not a single listener could possibly know.
I don't know who he's talking about.
And sometimes I do things. Sometimes I do things for just you guys, like hang up and fucking try to save my dignity. God damn it! It's like yesterday. It's like taking the Cowboys and the Rams. All right, and then here's the triple calling in and fucking eating it on this.
Well, I mean, at least, how'd the Rams do?
And to be fair, I would have put money that this call would have gone exactly the way it went.
Absolutely. This would have been a safe
This was
bet.
the safe money. I would have gone with the odds.
Oh, the Rams got killed. They stink. Fucking Arizona. I'm done with football.
I thought you weren't gambling anymore.
I didn't say I gambled on it.
There's
I
no-
picked them mentally.
Oh,
Rich. Rich.
What?
There is no way that you're this invested without gambling on these teams.
Yeah, but not a lot.
I can gamble a little.
Yeah, just a teeny bit.
Just enough to make give me some action and watch the game. Why am I going to watch a game if I don't have anything on it?
Just to make it fun.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you, Rich, I gambled on the games last weekend, and I did not gamble on the games this weekend. Last weekend, I had a lot more fun.
I bet. Yeah.
Yep. It was an experiment.
Yeah.
I've lost 6 out of 7 games in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm done. I'm not betting on football ever again.
You're a gambler. I thought you stopped. You stopped for years.
Do you think he's addicted to gambling?
Another week.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do? Mm-hmm. Remember when Bob said that as soon as they drove by state lines, Rich had to pull over and he pretended it was for other reasons, but it was really because he wanted to get state lotto tickets because they were in a different state.
Of course, and it's also one of those things where a lot of this is Voss's Rolex thing. He's gambling and betting that they're going to go up in value.
Yeah. Yeah, remember when Rich bought a Rolex that he didn't even want? It was just because Bob Kelly wanted it.
And then he saved it as an investment?
He saved it as an investment.
First of all, I sold 2 of my Rolexes. I bought a new car.
Did you make priorities? That's good.
By the way, I sold 2 of my Rolexes and bought a car because I had all this new money, and I thought, what definitely does not appreciate in value? Let me go buy a car.
Wait, you got rid of that car that I was in recently? When did you buy a new car?
Last week.
All right, so another empty external.
He bought another car.
No, but
How old is this? What is this, 78 Chrysler? 78 LeBaron?
No. It's a brand new car. It's the same car, only better, newer, and a better color.
What's wrong with you?
What color is it, Rich?
It doesn't matter. It's nice.
You didn't win that car. You didn't win that car off Facebook for reposting.
It's definitely canary yellow.
No. But
no.
There's there's some other contest I wanted to do on Facebook. The only reason I held back was because of you trolls.
Oh, they'll make fun of me. we would have.
You and Travis.
We would have. One of us would have screen grabbed it and put it in the group text immediately.
Do you think Voss falls for things?
Oh, he loves a fake Facebook contest.
Or hey, post this if you.
Oh, he'll post it every time.
Yeah.
He'll answer those surveys that are just designed so that people can get your security questions.
Oh yeah.
He loves those.
Oh, is that what they are?
100%.
Oh,
what street did you grow up on? What's your mother's maiden name? A survey.
All right, I gotta run.
All right.
Listen, I'm sorry about all this.
It's all right.
No, I think we recovered nicely.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know where I'm working, but I have a lot of shit.
Probably a valet in the hospital.
Whoa. You got me again. Holy Jesus. Listen, I'm out.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Walk it off.
The Bears quarterback got his first taste of being overhyped and everybody deciding he sucks.
I didn't even know he was hyped.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't do a whole lot last week either.
No, he got crushed both weeks.
Yeah, but I felt like this week it was like way more like fuck him.
Yeah, it was a national TV game.
Yeah, it was the 8 o'clock game. Yeah. But I mean, he's right out of college.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also he looked so good in the preseason, so people were immediately anointing him as like, we were wrong. He's unbelievable.
Right.
Then, no, he's a rookie.
I mean, he was literally on HBO, and they were like, this could be Jordan for Chicago again.
Yeah.
I was like, what? God. Put that kind of pressure on him? That's not right.
No, that can't possibly end well.
No.
Even like I think the only person that has that had that hype coming in and like lived up to it but still fell short is LeBron.
Yeah.
Like and still people hate him because he didn't like completely blow the record out of the water.
Right.
He didn't live up to it. He's the second best ever.
Right.
And people are like, you fucking suck,
You
dude.
weren't supposed to be the second best.
Yeah, what is your deal?
The fuck?
But he did break the record. Like
he broke the scoring record, but people still are like 6 championships, 6-0, 6 Finals MVP. Like Jordan's the greatest winner of all time. Which if you go by chips, he's not even the most championship. But whatever. That's how they view it. And so LeBron is immediately like, you didn't do it. You lost 6 Finals. You're 4 for 10 or whatever it is.
Is he 4 out of 10 in Finals?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan's more valuable than Jordan retired before, like earlier.
He also, this is a point that's been run over constantly, but Jordan's era did not have the talent level that LeBron's era has had, or several eras that LeBron has gone through has had.
Are you saying LeBron is up against tougher people?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Personally.
Jordan also took a break to play baseball of his own volition.
Yeah, he also had a gambling addiction like Voss.
I don't think so.
To the point where it may have cost him somebody he loved.
But he's worth $2 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
He sells a lot of shoes.
Oh,
yeah. Well, he needs to be like celebrated even more for that, where like he created the entire market for not only professional basketball but for professional sports, like just apparel, shoes, all that shit.
Branding.
LeBron has since taken it and run, and there's other players that have done a ton with it, but it's like that guy in particular created the entire thing.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, what was before? I'm sure they had like Dr. J's. I'm sure stuff before him, but none of it did what his did.
Well, they did the whole movie. They never did like a brand around a player.
No,
meaning like Dr. J wore Cons or whoever. Magic Johnson, Converse, and Adidas, and those companies would sign athletes.
But you had to have team shoes.
Right.
They find Jordan, and this is a brilliant marketing campaign on Nike's part, but they find him whatever amount every single game that he wore the non-team shoes. And Nike took that as an opportunity to make a commercial about it, put the picture up, stamped it, banned, and then we're like, buy this for $100. And
how much were the fines?
I don't know. It was not something that Nike couldn't handle.
Yeah, sure. Definitely worth the marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also found out yesterday, football fans are really getting sick of Kansas City winning all these games.
Sure.
These tight at the end of the game, referee decided games.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
What did they get a call?
There's a pass interference on their last offensive play. It would have been their last offensive play of the game. It was a 4th and long, and it set them up to continue eating up clock and kick the field goal.
Can I see
that
the
guy
play?
that's right about women kicked the winning field goal, right?
This is the best fucking thing, is all the Swifties had to root for Harrison Butker to hit the kick.
Oh, he's the guy that gave that college speech, real religious.
Yeah, but still, he won the game.
Yeah,
sure.
Totally. He looks like a picture on the wall of a barbershop, that guy. Just a beautiful fade.
Yeah, that really was funny. Because literally, they go to the show, they're like, I can't believe it, because they were down by 2, so they got the field goal. They win the game with 0 seconds left, and the first shot is after he scores the winning point. They go to Taylor Swift, who's like losing her mind in the crowd,
and then him pointing to her, telling her to get back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's a complicated position.
He's starting to pop, being like, you.
Okay, this is the final play. Was supposed to be the final offensive play.
This could have been.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good call.
Don't let him hear you say that on the internet.
I mean, how is that? Of course, that's pass interference. Crashed into him. Yeah, that's pass interference. I mean, he didn't just touch his jersey; he crashed into him from behind.
This happened with the Patriots when they were on their run. Anytime the Chiefs get a call, the internet starts going crazy.
Yeah,
conspiracy.
And a lot of times it might be right, but to me, that's like when you're going to catch the ball and somebody crashes into you from the back.
Yeah, I mean, he arrived like a second early.
Yeah. He just tweeted out, God loves Kansas City, because all these things just, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, I got inundated with, you mean referees? You mean the NFL? One that I actually thought was funny was God, and then they put in parentheses, Adele. Like they made it.
Goodell,
It's a Goodell loves
I like
Kansas.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought that was funny.
I thought you meant the singer.
Me too for a second.
Adele, God and Adele. Adele.
But can we see that one more time? I mean, that's a pretty good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pass interference.
It was a good game.
And it bounced off his head, too.
Yeah, that's humiliating.
They're both going for the ball, technically, but I think, isn't it different if you're... Is it different if you're...
Both players have a right to the ball,
sure,
but you can't come screaming in and slam the receiver behind.
Yeah.
Like, don't they give you a little leeway if you're both running together and you're going for it? Like, there's a little more leeway than crashing into some of them.
If there's mutual hand fighting or something like that going on, they'll usually let it be.
And like you said, if he was there a little earlier, like if he collided as it hit him in the helmet or hitting his hands, they would have said you both had a right to it.
Yeah. This guy's still in the locker room, you know.
Yeah.
Regular guy jokes.
Totally.
That's the way guys talk football.
But people don't like seeing teams win.
No.
A lot.
But again, a guy like that, even though he got the call, they still wind up going down and getting the field goal. Like, that's why they're champions.
But it's also, like, cool that there could be something history-making. Like, we could see a team three-peat at the Super Bowl. Like, I think but people are like, well, it's time for my team to get a turn.
This happens with everybody that's great, though, is they just assume that it's the league shoehorning this thing in just to float them for the next generation, which could, And
it doesn't help that Taylor Swift's in the audience.
No, it certainly doesn't. Who now, is rumored to have equity in the NFL.
Yeah.
And NFL fans are also the drunkest fans.
I forgot about that. There's an extreme amount of day drinking.
These people, they start drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning and don't stop until
on a Sunday?
Around midnight. Yeah.
So you're saying that the tweets that I was getting at whatever time it was, 5, 6, 7 p.m., they could have been very drunk tweets.
I mean, if you go to a bar in Hoboken around 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon and just listen to a guy who's halfway through a bucket of Miller Lights explain how he's going to fix the Jets' offense.
They must be so depressed.
They're drunks.
Oh, it's great.
But when football's gone, it's like, that's gone. You can't really do that for other sports. I mean, you can.
Baseball.
Olympics.
I mean, not really baseball.
Basketball.
Olympics and World Cup. You can wake up early,
get all fucked
get
up.
a bag of Coke. Yeah, my buddies and I, we got a bag of Coke years and years ago for the World Cup. It was like a 6 a.m. game against Ghana, and we just were ripping lines watching the game.
Do you like soccer?
It made soccer tolerable?
I know. I don't even like soccer all that much. I liked drugs at the time.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how fast Mike went from Montone going like, football fans will go to the bar in the afternoon and watch a game. I know, totally. Like when you're watching the World Cup and you get up at 6 a.m. and start doing lines.
I mean, you don't think American football fans are doing the same? Especially in Snowboken?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
They don't need an excuse to do it.
That's young professionals, dude. They don't even have to drink to do Coke.
No, they're like, there's no game. It's Wednesday.
They're just waking up.
A lot of Wall Street people live there. I don't know how long the commute is. If
the bridge and tunnel crew.
Yeah, I mean, it's the usual mix of guys working in finance and tech and then chicks who are teachers and working in marketing.
Yeah.
Looking to land a guy in finance or tech.
Yeah, effectively.
Can you take a ferry right from Hoboken?
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
It's a fun
You can do that from Staten Island too, right? No big deal.
How long does the Hoboken ferry take? Do you know?
See me bragging.
I've only used it a few times, probably 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Path is 7 minutes into Lower Manhattan, and then there are buses that run pretty frequently.
Wait, you take the Path train, and is there a subway right there when you get off?
There's a one train a couple blocks away.
Travis takes a bus to a boat to a train.
Fair. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of modes of transportation.
I like supporting public transportation.
And the bus is in Staten Island?
Yep. That's where it starts.
How far?
And he just gets there. And people walk by and they give him strange looks. And he says, I am waiting for a bus.
Are you a lifelong Staten Island guy?
No, I only moved there at this point maybe 7 or 8 years ago.
No shit. Yeah,
like
he's a piece of Jersey trash.
Yeah.
Okay. So you fit the profile.
Yeah, he sure does.
I love it.
How long is your bus ride?
10 minutes.
And the boat?
24.
Train?
20.
It's an hour. That's a lot. That's a long time on a boat.
Not really. 24 minutes?
Yeah, if every day, twice. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yes, I'd rather be doing that than paying attention and driving.
Yeah, I would too.
Especially when there's traffic, they can go a lot more than 24 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I know how long my commute's going to be. Yeah, no, I love it. It's great.
Just seems, is the boat ever really rocky?
No, not really.
No chop.
No,
I guess not. It's
a pretty big boat.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
It's not just some guy with a rowboat.
Yeah, whoa.
Are you on the one that Pete Davidson turned into a nightclub?
Colin Joseph's admitting that might have been an
error. Well, they say you're not supposed to buy boats when you're obliterated drunk.
Where are they storing it?
It's docked.
Colin's house.
In Staten Island?
I got room in my garage.
But I mean, the cost daily to dock something there is insane.
Insane, yeah.
And then, the upkeep that they're going to, even if they do get to a point where they can open it and it becomes a thing.
It really feels like an Always Sunny episode where they saw the boat and they're like, this would be a sick nightclub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just immediately
Well, I think they might pivot to what they did at Fashion Week, which is just make it kind of like like a pop-up thing. Like Tommy Hilfiger did an event on their boat.
Did he?
For Fashion Week, yeah.
Oh, so it has been fixed up.
This was the first time it was used for anything.
Okay, so I'm going to assume they fixed it up, yeah.
I would assume, yeah, they did something to it. They haven't brought it up to code where, like, it can actually have, events, like.
Has Tommy Hilfiger embraced the fact that black people have worn his clothes yet, or is that still a point of contention for him?
Does he not like it?
No, I think he was like Lauryn Hill, but opposite.
I think he was like Lauryn Hill, but opposite, because I don't think that rumor was ever actually true.
Oh, really?
I think that was another one of those middle school rumors. Like the Lauryn Hill thing wasn't true, and I don't think the Tommy Hilfiger one
the white baby of AIDS? That's not true?
I don't think so.
For us, by us. Yeah.
That's Fubu. That's a different company. Oh, okay.
I'm just pointing out the same theme. That's why I never wore Fubu. What a dumb marketing strategy.
I mean, they did pretty well.
Yeah, I know, but I would have worn it.
I really went through a year of it.
They missed out on the Jim Norton.
South Pole and Fubu. Oof.
What's he say?
I don't know.
He really looks like he's from Whoville. Like he has that pinched nose.
Yeah, he does.
All right, so they really haven't done anything.
That's the boat. Wow.
Yeah, this is how the boat looked before it was decommissioned. Pretty much.
Wow.
Like they may have repainted it.
And the models are walking up and down the steps of the Staten Island Ferry.
That one stumbled for a second.
Why did
she
they
sucks
do
at modeling?
That's so. I wonder why.
Yeah, because now you're talking about it. That's why.
No, but
it's fun.
This isn't even a fashion show. It's just the girls Pete banged recently, walking out in his clothes.
And then they would like go out on the deck, and there's people standing on the deck and there. And, yeah.
What an awful outfit.
It's weird. I mean, I'm sure everybody says this, but it is weird to be like out in the world and see young children wearing the exact same shit I wore in middle school.
Yeah,
it's just it really shows that time is a flat circle.
These are some really terrible clothes.
That's right. Dude.
Maybe they have done some work on it. Like maybe those painted. It still looks kind of scruffy and shitty. No, that looks like it's been painted.
Travis, they paint the banister?
It looks like it's a little bit better.
Maybe.
Look it up, dude.
There's Tommy.
Tommy, looking good. Looking like $1 million.
Yeah.
Boat shoot Tommy.
How old is Tommy Hilfiger?
He's over 40.
Is he?
I think so.
Sam's going to say over 40.
Over 40.
I'm going to take the over on 40. Wow.
Sam.
75.
73.
Nice.
You're really good at this.
Nice. I nailed that one.
That's awesome.
That's sick. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's definitely on TRT.
He's got to be, right?
Right, I would assume so.
Prep.
Yeah. Maybe prep. Mike Cannon's new special, Traumatized Animal, is out now on YouTube. You can find it on Chris DiStefano's YouTube channel. Just look up Traumatized Animal, Mike Cannon. You can watch the new special, and it's for free.
That's
Isn't that
right.
beautiful?
It is, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. He says for the people.
Yeah.
This one's for the people.
This one is for the people.
Congrats on doing that, Mike.
FTP.
Yes.
We have a new episode of Sword Fight. It went up at 10. Colin Quinn is our guest. He was really funny, and he and my wife said a lot of unpleasant shit.
You guys should do Tough Crowd as a podcast.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
That is not a bad idea. Let me suggest that to him.
Has he?
No, he hasn't actually.
Okay, that's all. Well, hey, I want a little credit if it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And go to our YouTube and see that. You already know where I'm going to be. I said it before. Every Wednesday through October, I'll be at the Fat Black Pussycat doing my hour. So September and October, you can see me every Wednesday.